get you, Barbara.
How's it hanging, Phil?
What's the prime time, bitch?
Come and get it! So either put the gun down now, or kiss your ass goodbye.
Let's get this party started.
I agree, Dana. Let's get this party started. So, welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge.
And I'm Ashley Sledge.
And let's talk horror accessories.
Accessories.
So, today we are joined by two people that are not only our peers, they are people that we genuinely look up to. They are amazing people, two of the best. We have the amazing Sassy Sledgehammer. I don't know if Diandra and Jason of Captain Sassy Media. How you guys doing tonight?
Terrific.
Doing great.
Awesome.
It is.
I was trying to come up with a combination of
We
words.
had nothing. We had nothing.
I almost started on your name, but I remembered I was like, oh, it's on the thumbnail, so she's comfortable with it. So
Yeah.
very excited to have you guys here. And I do want to remind everybody, and I'll say this a couple times throughout the episode, but I do have all their social media links as well as their YouTube links down in the description. So make sure you're subscribing to the YouTube channel. Make sure you're following them on social media. That way you can stay up to date with all the amazing things that they have coming up for us. But before we get started, guys, can you tell us a little bit about what you guys do for the people that don't know you?
You take it away.
Ooh, I guess I have to. So we make horror fun.
Funner.
That's what we say. So, there's as far as we feel like there's tons and tons and tons of channels related to horror, and they do an absolutely amazing job. So we figure we're two goofballs and we do like it. So we try to make horror funner and maybe like a little bit more approachable. So
Right.
I would say that, but she probably has more.
We definitely like to be extremely kooky, but we love to tell a lot of great stories and kind of do little documentaries and little featurettes and stuff like that. And there's a lot more that we want to do.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I can tell you that for sure. We cannot wait for the things that you guys have coming up for us, because whenever you guys put out something new, it's always amazing. And we actually got to meet you guys in person a couple weeks ago, and it was super incredible to get to meet you guys in person, finally shake your hands, give you guys hugs. And I genuinely cannot wait until the next time we get to do it. Hopefully next time I could take you guys out for a couple of cheeseburgers. I know.
More cheeseburger talk.
Oh, cheeseburgers.
That's actually what we're joking. Our channel is horror and cheeseburgers.
I had to throw it in there for a reason.
Oh my God, that just made my night.
So real quick, guys, I do want to catch up on the chat before we actually get rolling. How's it going, Adrian?
Hey, Adrian.
Tatum's here.
Hello, Tatum.
Doing the Lord's work already. She's got your guys' links in the chat as well.
Thank you,
So
Tatum.
make sure you guys are checking that out. I got to give a huge shout out now.
Yes, this is all Shaim's
Shaim
idea.
sent us a message and was like, yo, you guys should do this. I think this would be a really cool idea. And I was like, dude, that is a really good idea.
It was.
Let's do this. So Shaim, thank you for the idea. We're very happy to do it. I hope you have some of the same accessories as we do.
Or maybe different.
Yeah, maybe different. And here it is. So make sure it's all right here, guys. So make sure you're following and subscribing.
Wow. Thank you.
Hey, what's up, Russell?
Hey,
Thank you for hitting
Russell.
that thumbs up button. We appreciate it. Little brother Nathan's
Hello,
here.
Nathan.
This was a hard list to come up with. Good idea, Shaim. Well, Charles, thank you so much for your super chat. You know what that means.
Ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby.
We can now afford to get us some damn enchiladas. So thank you so much for that, sir. Hey, what's up, Necro?
Hey.
Necro made an awesome piece of art with all of us on it about this episode. So if you have us on Instagram or Twitter, it was on there. It was awesome. Thank you. We appreciated that so
That was
much.
so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't looked cooler.
Only the best hammers, Gavin. You're absolutely right.
So many hammers.
That was one of the first things we said to each other. Diandra was like, hey, all the Sledgehammers are together when we met at Horror Hound. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Pat?
Hey, Pat.
David is here as well.
David.
And more people are on the bandwagon. That's a couple that really likes cheeseburgers.
And we really like mine.
Cheeseburgers.
Hey, what's up, Louie?
Hey, Louie.
Thanks for stopping out. All right, everybody's having a great time in the chat. Hello, Jeremiah. I'm just trying to get to people I haven't talked to yet.
Hello.
What's up, Ashton? Troy is here as well. All right, guys. So we are going to get started. So just for the hold on, Dice is here. What's
Hello,
up, Dice?
Dice.
Thank you for stopping out. Nice to see you. So what we're doing today, guys, it's a little different. When we mean horror accessories, we mean what makes a horror icon, whether it be a certain glove or a certain mask or a certain boomstick, a little bit of what makes them them. So we all kind of have a general idea of what's going to be on everybody's list, but what do we always say? It's not about the destination, it's about the journey, guys. So let's start this journey and have a great time. So
All right.
I'm going to start with my honorable mention, and I know what you guys are going to say. Really? That's an honorable mention for you? I have a very strong feeling this might be on everybody's list. So I wanted to make it an honorable mention to put some of the things over top of it, and that is the Saw is family, Leatherface's chainsaw. This movie scared me so bad as a kid. Texas Chainsaw Massacre was one of the first movies I remember feeling extremely unsettled about as a child. I didn't understand all of the graininess, all of the art that came along with it. I came into this movie a little later. I had seen my Friday the 13th, my Nightmare on Elm Streets, and my what I consider a straight up slasher film. I didn't understand the art that went behind what Texas Chainsaw Massacre was. And to see him the first time with that chainsaw was just absolutely terrifying to me because, at first you get him with the hammer.
Yeah.
And you get the hammer and then the door slam. But when I saw him with that chainsaw, and still to this day, that iconic chainsaw dance at the end is something that is so special to me.
Yes.
I still consider this to be one of the best overall horror movies ever made, even though I don't personally consider it a slasher. They went to his house. I mean, like, he didn't go looking for them. They were in his house. So to me, this is just like
Jigsaw isn't a killer.
Well, I mean, has Jigsaw killed anyone?
Well, not technically.
I don't think so.
Not technically.
So yes, I am going to say for me, it is absolutely going to be Leatherface's chainsaw. What about you, my love?
So funny enough, I actually have Leatherface's chainsaw as well.
All right, I'm done.
Aw,
Already. So it's just thinking about, like, he's already a big guy, and just like him walking around with like a knife is terrifying enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So him having a chainsaw just like ripping through people like that's scary. Like,
Yes.
That's terrifying. And then my other one, you can go ahead and cancel me for this one too, because I know that you're gonna be upset that it's an honorable mention, but it's Jason's hockey mask.
Fair.
Okay, so at least it's not that damn pillowcase with the one eye hole anymore. So I have to give it props that they got rid of that mask and they actually found something cooler than that stupid pillowcase.
You cut me deep, Shrek. You cut me real deep just now.
Yes.
I thought I knew you.
You clearly not.
I'm going to be like the whole rest of the episode. I'm just going to be sitting over here like this.
Yeah.
The whole episode.
I mean, that's what I'm trying for.
All right, good choices, my love.
Thank you.
What about you? And a little different here. Jason and Diandra did their list together as a unit, which I think is super rad. That's super dope. So that was awesome.
You guys,
oh my god!
yeah.
I don't even need to see the NSYNC reunion show because you guys are already there.
You guys are in sync for sure.
So yeah, they did theirs together, which I'm super excited about. I think that's super rad because me and Ashley would have just fought the whole day. She had Jason's mask as an honorable mention.
Yeah.
We would have fought the whole time.
Yeah.
So.
He's just never gonna live that down.
Mine's
It's gonna
right.
come up at Christmas.
Civil War.
Right. So do you guys want to give us your honorable mentions?
Sure. We actually have 4. So it would be
Okay.
kind of
Alright.
the combination of the two of us. So number 14.
Yeah, the pickaxe from The Descent.
Ooh.
Because
Good one.
like it is a really, really good one, but we were trying to like not exclusively do weapons, but it shows up in both movies and it has so many different roles, whether it's killing cave dwellers, whatever those things are, or accidentally taking out a good friend, or like climbing out of the cave, like so many different things. So I absolutely love that movie. Had to put that one on there.
Yeah.
Number 13 is I put Michael Myers' mask, which was originally on the top 10 list, but I put it there because obviously he has his kitchen knife, but that mask, he's always like, hold up. Someone takes it off. He's like, I can't do this work without this mask on. And the fact that it's a William
I think it's
Shatner
over now.
mask, it's so funny. We've just gone and just trampled on all his dreams.
I don't think he
There's
cares
no
as
more
much as I do.
And it was hard because we love it.
There's a couple of them back here.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
just narrowed it down to some
I mean,
of our
there's
faves.
there's some cooler than others with the Michael mask, that's for sure.
And then number 12, I have the hand from Talk to Me, because that is
Yes.
a party accessory. And it's just
For sure.
so ingenious how they used it in the
Mhm.
movie. Makes total sense in the very end. And I love that they have all the names scribbled on it. And then number 11 is Sam's Lollipop from Trick or Treat. So you've got the candy, and instead of kids eating the candy, which technically they do and die in the movie, Sam takes his little lollipop, bites it, and uses it to murder, which I love.
Murder. Yes.
Awesome. So
Those are great
honorable mentions.
accessories. Yes.
Sorry, I had to.
So the hand, though, that reminds me, that's like kind of like the Ouija board. And I
Was it
see,
Talk to Me?
yeah, like I see that you can like buy it now, and I'm like, no, thank you. Like I'm
Oh.
not,
That's
I'm not
not
bringing
good.
Not my
that
home.
into my home. I wouldn't even do that. No, I'm good.
I let you in.
100%.
Yeah, no, I'm not
That's
letting
true.
anyone in. You cannot come in here.
I'd let
So
you in.
I had to go be daddy for a second there, but I heard the first two. What was 11 and 12? I know obviously the hand from Talk to Me was one of them.
Mhm.
And then Sam's Lollipop from Trick or Treat.
Sam's Lollipop. He doesn't like trick or treat. He's a lame.
Uh-oh.
He's a
I
lame.
know.
Well, guess
I-
what?
I-
One of my top 3 items is from Trick or Treat. Well, boom! I love Trick or Treat.
Spoiler alert.
What?
Spoiler
I
alert.
can't hear. It sounds like you're going through a tunnel. What happened there? I don't know.
I've tried to wear him down. And
We
just-
watch it every Halloween.
I
It's,
ma-
it's like I want to like this movie so bad, and I try so hard to get into it. I don't know why. I want to. I
Yeah.
want to like it. I just can't get into it. I don't know why.
I totally
Um,
understand. I'm the same way about. Here we go. I'm going to say it out loud for the public. Terrifier.
Oh,
I don't like Terrifier. Just
Okay.
can't get behind it. Yeah.
yeah.
Just
tried.
the first one or both of them?
Both of them. I watched the second one and was like, let's go. I'm ready for it. And I couldn't get into it.
See, I don't know. For the second one, for me, you could have easily cut 45 minutes out of that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
It was very long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But that's what I love about this community, though. Honestly, as long as people can be mature about it, it's fun to hear about people
Yeah.
and the movies that they don't like that are the ones we like, and just don't be a dick about it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like it's
don't
okay.
Hopping on somebody's parade.
No
Right.
That
Michael
would just be
slander
awful.
here.
Well, I mean, it's okay.
No Michael slander.
That's just ridiculous. It's just
Yeah, I can relate, obviously. I have a different one, but you know.
I
We'll
don't know.
fight.
There's no reason to be a dick because you don't like a movie that someone else does. Like that to
Yeah.
me, it just gets ridiculous. So before we get to Ashley's number 10, starting us off in the top 10,
So excited.
Freddy's Knives at number 1,
Freddy's.
possibly.
What?
I have a feeling. it's number one.
Much. Don't spoil it.
It's
Look
cheeseburger.
at Gavin. Gavin's already- That's what it's going to be. The cheeseburgers from Ghost Ship. Leatherface's Chainsaw, Evil Dead's Necronomicon.
Yeah.
He is a good boy.
Yes.
Ever
he
have that
is.
nightmare as a kid? You're stuck in a house that you can't escape, occupied by killers. Thank God, no.
No.
I had nightmares about the wet bandits from Home Alone.
Oh.
I had nightmares that like they were in my house.
That would
Really?
be pretty scary, actually.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
used to have
Because-
nightmares that I was trapped in a cave, which is why
Really?
I hate
Really?
the descent. Yeah, because
Oh,
Ugh.
cave freaked me out.
yeah.
See,
That
you could just
gives me
fall.
claustrophobia. Like I cannot
Mhm.
watch that movie without like feeling super anxious.
I never thought Joe Pesci was funny because the first thing I ever saw Joe Pesci in as a kid was Casino.
Yeah.
And then like I'm watching Home Alone and I'm like,
You
he took
mess.
out Tony, but you can't get to Kevin McAllister. Are you shitting me?
I mean, Kevin's a little shit. Like
Yeah.
he's got those booby traps pretty.
Yeah.
Hey, he learned
That-
from Nancy well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that pipe. That's so
And I
funny.
learned from her well. That was hilarious.
Leatherface's Chainsaw. Hey, what's up, Brian? Oh, trust me,
Brian.
we're going to talk a lot about Nightmare on Elm Street tonight.
I
Oh,
can.
I came prepared.
The dildos and Deathgasm.
Oh, okay.
I love those.
Mud, you're on it.
Right.
Dude, you're killing it.
Lighten up our live
Ashley
last
went
night.
bold
Lighten
as
this one up
hell.
tonight.
Yeah, I know. I love
Mhm.
Gavin. He's a good dude.
Go bold or go home. That's what I say.
She's got no fear.
Oh,
How we
the
like
Beast
them.
from Mandy. That's actually a great choice.
Yeah.
Good
Hey, what's up,
choice.
Ryan? You haven't
Super
missed
good
anything, man.
choice.
We're
Ryan.
just getting started. Candyman's Hook. That's a good one.
That is
The
a good one.
Creeper Sheriff hat.
Oh yeah.
Ben
Slicker.
Willis, the Slicker.
Mm.
All right. So I love this. Kevin
Good
grew up to be
choices.
Jigsaw.
Great theory.
Yeah.
We always tell our kids that the good son is Home Alone 3. This is when he just went over the edge from with the Sticky Bandits.
They kept leaving him at home, so
They shipped him to a new house, and
yeah.
Elijah Wood
That's
got the
gonna
better of
have
him.
lifelong impact. I'm just saying. I believe it.
Mhm.
Did you ever see the thing that Macaulay Culkin just did recently, where it was like him in the back of a car, and he was like, "I was the cutest fucking kid, man." They just kept leaving me
Yes.
alone. Like, it's so fucking funny. Like that was so great. That like, what's his name? The guy that played Marv. Why am I spacing on his name? Daniel Stern.
Yes.
Daniel
Yeah.
Stern did a video, and he was like, "Harry, he's coming back. The kid's out, man." I was just like, this is better than any movie they could have done. Like them just going off on each other online
Mhm.
was so sick. So before you do that, what's up, Katie? Thank you for popping in. We appreciate you.
Hey, Katie.
You want to give us your number 10, my love?
Yes, my number 10 is actually Jigsaw's Billy the Puppet. He's definitely an accessory. They use him, he uses him to put the fear in people. So,
Or is John Kramer the puppet and Billy's the mastermind?
I mean, it could, maybe we'll find out. We'll find out in Saw 10. Yeah.
Mhm.
Find out that Billy is behind everything.
Yep, it's been Billy the whole time, even though this is a prequel. But
I mean, he's a scary little puppet.
Yeah, he is.
If you've seen that thing, bicycling into your room, telling
With
you
his
what
little Dorothy sparkly slippers.
Yeah.
on. I love those.
I'd be like, wrong room. The kids are in the next room. They're younger. They taste better. Go ahead and take them, buddy. Do you guys want to give us your number 10?
Our number 10. You go first.
The replica training horse with the flags from Nope for me is just
Oh,
like
yeah.
so awesome. I loved Nope. That was
We love Nope.
my movie of the year last year. Absolutely loved it. I watch it all the time. When they first put that horse and those flags into action, and they get the thing to turn, I cheer. I like it's just I just love that movie, and that's such an impactful thing and something that you would never think of to take down
Right.
a Nope. So
Jean jacket.
Oh, Jean Jacket.
Mhm.
I don't get the hate for that movie.
it was in my top 5 from last year. Like,
Yeah.
I enjoyed
Yeah.
that movie a lot.
The performances alone. The only
Mhm.
negative I can say is I wish we would have got more Keith David.
Yeah. He
Oh,
did
yeah.
phenomenal.
that was
If we could have got a little
Flashbacks
bit
or
more of
something.
him. But man, like I've never watched a movie and felt as bad for a character as I did for Stephen Yeun's character in that movie.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like he went through this traumatic event and then they made it like a skit on Saturday Night Live. Like that whole like story of him was so heartbreaking. Like that could have been a movie in its own.
Yeah.
Like its own little horror movie was just him. Like I'd love to see a spin-off in the Nope universe on how he, became so dark because of that and why he started to feed the horses to, like its own little spin-off thing.
Yeah.
I would love that because his
Mhm.
character was so awesome in that movie. Good call on that one. That's
Yeah.
a great one.
That is.
Yeah.
I got one.
You did it.
My number 10, this is my cancel moment, I guess, because my number 10 is Ghostface's mask. I think it's I love it. Obviously, I got the Shriek tattoo because of that movie. So I mean, I love it, but I just feel like there's so many more, I hate to say original looking masks out there, but there's just so many more that tickle my fancy more. How about we put it that way? That speak to me a little bit better. So I'm gonna go with Ghostface's mask at number 10. And if I had to choose one, it would actually be the worn out one from
I
Scream 6.
love that one. That
Oh,
one is
that's
so
a good
badass.
I was
one.
wondering.
I also really like the chrome one from the
Yes.
Stab movie. I
Yeah.
thought that was
Yes.
so cool. And the fact that it's supposed to be Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, that's Matthew
God, that
Lillard.
just got me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So amazing. Yeah, and I agree. Like I love the mask. It's a little bit lower on the list for me.
Fair.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, Calvin?
Hey, Calvin.
Hopefully we can get together on Saturday. Please let me know. We would love to have you guys out. We are also excited to see Saw 10. That's what we're doing next Saturday. Got a couple friends coming over in the morning to watch the movies. Then we're going to see Saw 10, and then we're going to film at a haunted house.
Yeah.
So
that's fabulous.
that'll be a day.
excited.
That'll be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spooky season is among us.
My favorite time of year.
I know.
Just the puppet face in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
James Wan had to fly from Australia to help with Billy the Doll, and he brought it to a seat to help to preserve it. That's awesome.
Wow.
That is awesome.
This is my son.
Billy Wan.
I don't got Ghostface. You have some Billy Wan. That took me. There it is, number 10. I've been canceled already.
No, I knew it. I knew Tatum was going to be mad.
Ghostface's mask, but I do got something else from the franchise. The Ghostface Halloween costume mask with the blood pump was epic.
Yeah,
Logan had
I
that.
feel like every kid, what was that in like 2005 or something? Yeah, like every kid had that Halloween costume.
Yeah, we had it too.
Yeah.
William, that's enough, sir. That's one of the big contributors to the channel. This background you see here, he made that. Like he's the man.
That's dope.
Great work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's just amazing. One of our best friends. The Cricket Bat and Shaun of the Dead. He's all right.
That's a
We're
good
asking
one.
for it, Bill.
Yeah.
All right. So we are up to number 9, and we'll have Captain Sassy starting us off here.
Ooh.
This one is big for you, bud.
I get another one, and it's literally over there. I should have grabbed it, but the Velociraptor claw from Jurassic Park. So I was told by somebody a couple weeks ago, or maybe a week ago, time flies, that Jurassic Park is a horror movie. So I was like, cool, I'm back. But that Velociraptor claw, it was between that and the Barbasol shaving cream can.
Yes.
But like the claw is not only something that Alan Grant uses and like scares the kid, and then you know that's his big pivotal moment when he realizes he's done, like he's not an archaeologist anymore. But it's also something that the Raptors literally use throughout the series. So that is their knife. And thanks, that didn't hurt.
Well, what? Because that's a conversation that we had when we were talking about Jurassic Park, and like, show me a part in a slasher movie that's any more iconic or scary than the raptor breathing on that circle window, you know, and then when it's opening the door and its claws come around the door. Like, that's a total slasher moment, man. Like, but I'm with you. I went so deep and down the Jurassic Park hole when that came out. Like, I remember watching the special features and like the part where they're in the Jeep and you see the water. The way they did that was they took a guitar string and tied a guitar string to the bottom of the cup and were plucking the guitar string. And that's how they got the water to do that perfect ripple. And I remember watching this as a kid and I was like, I'm a goddamn genius now because I know this and nobody else will. I just thought I would like, so I've always been,
that made you cool.
Yeah, for once.
That made
I was
you
like,
cool.
I would go to parties, everybody's like smoking. And I'm
They're like,
guys,
who cares?
I got something better for you than the weed. You know, in Jurassic Park.
You already told us this 10 times.
Cool,
everyone knows.
I would have come from like across the corner and been like, what did you say?
They should have used a big string, man.
Yeah.
My number 9. Here, let me get it out of the way real quick.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, another one.
So many people are getting canceled so early. What's gonna happen?
Again, look, I think this is probably to a horror fan, this is the most iconic piece of horror that there is, in my opinion. I knew everyone was going to be talking about it, so I put it lower on my list. It's the finger gloves, Freddy's glove. Again, I know that I'm not naive. I'm a huge Nightmare on Elm Street fan.
Yeah.
It's in my top 10 favorite franchise. It's easy, probably in my top 5. But I just
probably.
but
yeah, here we are at number 9.
I'll tell you this: my absolute favorite horror franchise. I have nothing on my list from that franchise.
Really?
I have nothing from Child's Play on my list.
I actually have 2 things. So
because I didn't want to. I knew that everybody would think, "Oh, Ken's gonna have, the good guy doll or the overalls."
You were trying to.
So I was like, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not putting any Child's Play on there. But again, I wanted the top of my list to be I wanted to be more like only horror fans would appreciate. You know, I wanted it to be something that just like the diehard horror fans would look at and go, "Yes, that's something that I think." I think my number one. I don't know if
feel like
anybody that's not in the horror world would even know what my number one is, but to me, it is the scariest thing in the world of horror. Like, it terrified me. We'll get to that when we get there, but for now,
Okay.
number 9,
I'm excited.
finger gloves.
Glove.
This is
Fair.
God.
All right, my number 9 is Candyman's hook. They
Yes.
literally
Good
cut
one.
this guy's right hand off. It was his right hand, right? His right painting hand. They cut it off. And I mean, you kind of have to make good with a bad situation. So just put a hook on there and start hooking people.
Make the best out of a bad situation.
Yeah.
Well, my hand's gone. I'm covered in bees. I'm coming back as a ghost. Give me the
Might as
goddamn
well
hook.
have
care.
a hook. Start hooking some assholes, Like,
I hope you don't mean
Hooking
literally.
ass, man. That's
I hope you mean
Candyman.
figuratively.
I mean both.
Ooh.
Just imagine that.
Ashley's like,
Candyman, Candyman. Let me see your asshole. Press the bees to numb it.
What would be scarier? Okay.
I get it.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
I don't
Let's
want
go
a
off the
hook in
deep
my
end.
butt.
No, nobody come for my
No.
beehole.
No hooks in my
Beehole.
butt. So that is more
That
terrifying.
I want that as my
Bees.
epitaph. Here lies Ken Sledge. He never had a hook in his beehole. Like, can we please make that my epitaph.
Yes, I will
We
make
got
that
you.
happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on my deathbed, and Ashley's gonna come in like, "You thought, motherfucker."
Can you roll
You
the
thought
body
you were
over a
gonna
little
get
bit?
Oh my god. I'm sorry, everybody, for all the
My
beehole
face
talk. I didn't
hurts so
expect
Yeah.
much
that.
from laughing and smiling
Already.
so hard. It hurts.
Already.
And we're only number 9.
We're only at
Number
number 9.
9.
It's just gonna get better from here. Okay.
Perfect.
Speaking of getting better from here, my love, would you like to give your number 9?
That was my number 9.
Oh, Freddie's, that butthole.
Butthole.
The
No,
butthole.
it was
Thanks.
Candyman's hook. There was no butthole on my number 9.
You're the one
We're
that said
spreading
stabbing people in
rumors.
the
We're gonna be like,
asshole.
her top 10
No.
list included
Yep.
a butthole.
There's a lot of buttholes.
No, I said I said he can hook some assholes. I didn't say. Okay, never mind. It doesn't
Did
matter.
you play the tape?
Yeah, play it back.
Throw the red flag. We need a replay. Good guy now.
Oh, man.
I wanted to put
He's an accessory for sure.
his overalls on
Yes.
here or his hammer, but I decided against it. Yes, please follow us on social media.
I feel
that
like
would be swell.
You went against your true self just to try to trick
I
people.
did.
Yeah.
No, my number one would have been my number one no matter what.
Okay.
100% would have been my number one no matter what. Michael Myers, the butcher knife. The knife alone is just as iconic as the William Shatner mask.
Yes, it is.
I mean, that's all he ever does is use that fucking stupid knife.
yeah. Okay.
Be original, Mr. Myers.
He does. He
Um,
makes wall art, Mr. Sledge.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool story, bro.
Actually, a very cool story. I'd like to watch it a lot.
I love Nightmare on Elm Street movies a lot. I do. I mean, like, I'm not the biggest fan of The Dream Child. I'll always have a
Neither.
super soft spot for Freddy's Dead because my uncle took me to see it in the movie theater in 3D.
Mhm.
So I'll always have like this really special place in my heart for it. But like, I even like the remake a lot. I think the remake has the best ending of any Nightmare movie.
Yeah.
Like, it always feels like the Nightmare on Elm Street movies were like so great in the first 2 acts, and in the
They
third
don't
act
know
they were
how
like,
to end it.
baptize him. That'll kill him.
They
Show
do.
him a mirror.
How do we
whatever.
bring him back and how do we get rid of him? I don't know.
Yeah. I'll just have the dog piss. I'm sure something will happen there.
I do laugh at that every time.
I do too.
No hook and butt. No thanks.
Okay.
Agreed, Russell.
All right.
We're all on the same page here.
Wow.
I want a finger claws
Party
glove with
pooper.
tapping moving fingers.
Ooh.
See, that's one thing about the remake I love is when Jackie rubs them together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm screaming. I haven't even cut you yet. Like,
So
ooh.
he's so creepy.
So
it
evil.
makes me like cringe.
Yeah. The sunglasses and They Live.
Mm.
Oh, that's such a great
It's
It's a good one.
choice.
He just saw it recently.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it.
Yes.
We just
I'm
saw it
gonna
last
do
week.
Bubble gum and kick ass, man.
And I'm
Yeah.
all out of bubble gum.
It was great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Calvin, I'm driving Mountain Dew High Voltage right now. Drinking.
Talk about Mountain Dews, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ashley's entire list: horror buttholes.
Raising
Maybe.
horror
So-
buttholes.
It is terrifying.
So at number 8, I have Rosebud the hat. Um, yes, I'm not I love my zero sugar, but they don't get any cool flavors like this, so I can't do
You
anything
don't
cool.
like flavors anyway.
I don't. I'm such a big pansy.
You are.
I have an autographed photo of Michael Myers signed by James Jude Courtney. Oh,
Really
Nick, what's
cool.
up, buddy?
That's awesome.
We've got it figured out how we're gonna do our episode in the back of Nick's hearse. So I can't wait for you guys to see it. So
Mhm.
if you guys haven't seen our short movie, Home is Where the Haunt Is, Nick is the one that drives the hearse in the movie. So it was really cool. He's a really good friend of ours, and that's his daily driver. So it's really awesome. We're having a Halloween party in a couple weeks, actually. He's bringing the hearse over to give kids rides in the hearse around the yard.
Oh,
We're gonna
that'd
hearse
be
ride.
so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, we're really, really excited for it. He's one of the coolest dudes I know.
Let's hope it doesn't rain this year, Nick.
Yeah, I know. Get stuck in the yard again.
Yeah.
How many sledgehammers does it take to get a hearse out of the mud?
Yeah. Well, more than 4.
Yeah, more than 4 for sure. That's a good one.
That is a good
The
one.
flamethrower and the thing.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
That is a good one.
All right. So we are up to number 8, and that'll be me starting us off. And this one's kind of a cheater pumpkin eater because it is a combination of 2 things. And they belong to the man himself.
Yeah. All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up. See this? This is my boomstick.
Yes.
Okay, so I have his chainsaw hand as my number 8 too.
What the? Listen, list peeper.
I didn't.
You guys are
said it.
adorable.
I didn't look at it.
Sorry.
You already said it. It's not like I was
know,
looking
I know,
over
I
at your
know.
list. I
It's
did
just-
not peep
we're-
at it this time.
Listen, we're in sync. I like it. Yeah, this time you were a list peeper last
I
time.
did one time and I admitted it, and I can never live that one down now.
I was so disappointed in your decision making that day.
Don't act like you've never peeped on my list, okay? I know you have.
You guys over there peeping lists?
Yeah.
Peeping lists and beeholes?
I feel
whenever we peeping lists.
Whenever we say that, I feel like that commercial where the grandma's like,
Line jumper. Yeah.
that's what I feel like every time we say list peeper.
List peeper.
Well, let's talk about this one together then.
So I
because-
just had the chainsaw. I wasn't a cheater and did both of them.
Oh God.
But I feel like it makes him
Shots
cooler.
fired.
Like again, he lost his hand. You got to make the best of a situation, and now you got a chainsaw to cut out
Chainsaw
assholes.
some bee holes.
Yeah,
Oh, now we're cutting bee holes.
with chainsaws now. Yeah,
God damn.
Terrifier.
Fuck me gently with a chainsaw.
I don't know how you do that,
Love that
but
line.
okay.
It's one of those things that I've always been a huge fan of the Evil Dead franchise, and it's one of those franchises that to me is very odd because it's one of the only franchises that I can think of where the first one is my least favorite in the franchise, which is not a slam at the original Evil Dead. I just don't think that the other ones are that much better.
Yeah,
Like I said, the Evil Dead is
Ash wasn't Ash.
Oh,
in the
Ash is
first
such
one.
a bitch in the
I
first
feel
movie.
like he becomes a badass when he gets his chainsaw.
Yeah, in part
arm.
two,
Like
he
that,
totally becomes
that's
a
when
badass.
he becomes the Ash we
Yeah.
all love
right.
and know today.
And so, like, the Evil Dead's my second favorite horror franchise. So it's
Yeah.
not like I'm shitting on the first movie. To me, the first Evil Dead is better than a lot of, the other movies in other franchises in general.
Mhm.
But it's just a franchise to me that once Ash becomes Ash Williams,
Yeah.
it's epic. And then you get, Evil Dead 2013, which in my opinion is the best remake of all time.
Love that.
I've got to rewatch that. I totally forget. I've only seen it once.
What I
Everybody
love
loves
about
it.
that movie,
So good.
something for me, as someone that's still recovering as an addict, the fact that in this movie, it's not, hey, let's go party in the woods and get drunk and have sex and what the demon, they're taking their sister out there to kick dope.
Yeah.
Like she dumps her dope down the well and they're like, we're not going to let you leave until you get through this. You're going to go through the withdrawal period. And she's like, we got to leave. There's demons. And they're like, yeah, cool, junkie, get back in bed. So I feel like there's more of like this realistic love between the characters because they're doing it for what they feel is her best interest.
For sure.
'Cause, oh, there's a demon in here. Cool story.
Yeah.
'cause
And
she's
I
already done
do
this
really
before.
remember liking that she went from being basically the villain to
Yes.
the hero, which I thought
Yes.
was so cool in one movie. You just did that switch. That was great.
It's-
I loved
yeah.
that part.
And it's one of those
Jane
movies where
Levy is
she
so
was so good.
amazing too.
Mia.
Like she did such a good job, and in the gore, top
Oh my
notch.
gosh.
Oh yeah.
And it's one of those movies where you are genuinely. I look at that when you look at the heroes, because usually in horror you have the couple characters where you're like, okay, that's your meat bag,
Yeah,
But I look at this like I look at the Dream Warriors. I love every single one of our heroes.
yeah. You don't want any of them to
Right,
To
you're
die.
genuinely rooting
Yes.
for every single one of the heroes. Not just the Deadites.
Right.
So I think that's another reason why I really, really love this franchise so much, and why Ash is, come get some, give me some sugar, baby. This is my boomstick. These are the things that I've quoted my whole life,
Yeah.
and Ash the cockiness, the sarcasm.
He got that when he got his chainsaw arm.
To me,
like that just gave him confidence.
Well, to me, he's the horror Han Solo.
Yeah.
Like he is the Han Solo of the horror world.
True.
Like he's that cocky, arrogant. Like that's how I've always looked at Ash Williams as someone that's a big Star Wars fan too. Like he is my horror Han Solo. So it's just amazing to be able to watch him grow, even through Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Yeah.
I thought that series was fantastic. I hated how it ended.
Yeah.
I wanted
didn't
some
get closure.
But to watch him, get the chainsaw and get the shotgun again, it was just amazing to me. And like I said, Bruce is a very good guy that genuinely cares about his fans. We're Michigan people. So, Sam Raimi, they big Michigan people as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that was always really special to us. But Evil Dead, super important franchise. And obviously, Bruce and his accessories fall at number 8 for Ash and I.
Heck yeah.
So, all right. What about you guys? What's your number 8?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Well, my number 8 was my favorite movie of 2022, which was The Black Phone. So it is The Black Phone from The Black Phone because I love it that not only does Finney use it to communicate with the dead, he also uses it to kill the grabber, which I think is super cool. And I absolutely love that movie so much. Thirst traps for the grabber from Halloween Horror Nights aside, I'm obsessed with that movie. Gwen is one of my favorite female characters from the last several years, and she's a kid, but she's so in that movie, and I absolutely love everything about it. Part of the reason I think I love it is because it has some kind of Nightmare on Elm Street vibes in certain ways. Like the grabber is Freddy, and especially in the beginning with the wanted posters and everything like that. Ethan Hawke does such a great job, but I love The Black Phone, and of course that accessory is also just the title of the movie. So I love The Black Phone.
I think the only movie I had above The Black Phone last year was Barbarian.
Yeah, no, Black Phone was my number 1 last year. I loved The Black Phone.
For me, it was my top 3. And it was 1A, 1B, 1C for me last year was Barbarian, The Black Phone, and Smile. I loved all 3 of those movies. I thought they were all fantastic. Last year was such a great year for horror, and you're talking about The Black Phone and how it really did give you that 80s slasher vibe, but also gave you that, new wave Conjuring, Insidious vibe as well. It was able to mesh the two together really, really well. And Ashley got me, she made me a grabber mask, and it has all the different variations. So I can have just the bottom, just the top, the smile, the blank.
Cool.
That's so awesome.
I want one of those. I want one of those, and then to get a replica of The Black Phone and put it somewhere.
Yeah,
we found a red phone.
You gotta just move a few things around here.
We'll replace the red phone with a black phone.
There you go. I'm your boyfriend now. So real quick, I do want to catch up on the chat real quick. I think we all love a little Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Michael Myers mask, the 2018 one.
Yeah.
I almost fell asleep during that. I'm sorry.
Shut up.
Mary Shaw, her demonic face. Shop smart, shop S-Mart. You got that? Baby was made in Grand Rapids, Michigan. You get canceled, list peeping. Those are the rules.
Okay. There was no peeping here.
I do love Army of Darkness. Yeah. I do think that Army of Darkness gets unjustly shit on because it's not scary. It's still a fantastic film.
Which one is your favorite? Is it the second, or is it Army of Darkness, or is it something else? It's the second.
It's the second, and just behind the second is 2013. 2013 is just that close behind the second. Ashley and I have written 2 fan films. One we're actually in the scripting part of, which is called Ludlow, and it's a Pet Sematary fan film that takes place 27 years after the events of Pet Sematary.
I love Pet Sematary.
Going with the Stephen King thing there.
Yeah.
And the other one is a fan film for Evil Dead 2, because if you remember in Evil Dead 2, we never found Professor Nobi's body.
Right.
We don't know what happened to Professor Nobi.
Ooh, I got chills. That's such a
so
good idea.
what could have happened to Professor Nobi? So these are the 2 ones. We haven't started any scripting on that one yet, but Ludlow is our baby right now.
Oh, please,
and we're in the
please
scripting
make
process.
the fan films, and if you crowdfund them, I will totally donate to them, because I would love to see both of those.
Yeah, because the Pet Sematary one, I don't want to give too much. Our members, if you're a member of the channel, you got a little background on it. But have you guys seen Pet Sematary 2019?
I have. I don't think he has. I love Pet Sematary. It's one of my favorite horror movies.
That was
That's
her
where it
first.
all started for me.
That was her first.
Yes.
Well,
It's
there's
so
a
good.
scene in 2019 where you have all the kids with the animal masks and they're leading like this funeral procession.
Yeah.
Well, in our version of the story, what if the whole town is in on keeping the Wendigo at bay by feeding it the souls of animals and people? And those kids are kind of their own little cult of people that sacrifice things to the Wendigo to keep it
Yeah.
at bay.
That is
So what would
such a
happen
great
if this
idea.
cult of kids, what if an outsider got in and they always had like this
Outlander.
initiation that failed?
Yeah.
What would happen if the Wendigo was set free
Ooh.
because this outsider couldn't go through with sacrificing something they love to the Wendigo? So
Ooh.
That's
Very
He doesn't
exciting.
really
Stephen
know about
King.
that, about
That's
this
very-
the Wendigo.
I've read all the backstory though.
but
'cause you know me.
yeah, that would be so cool
Wendigo
to see that more
is-
front and center.
So scary.
and we purposely, as
Yeah.
a nod to Mr. King himself, we did it purposely 27 years because it's always
I love
a
that.
27-year period for
Always
Stephen King.
27 years.
So it's
yeah.
27 years after the events of the first Pet Cemetery. So very excited. We're very excited for Bloodlines. I'm excited to see
I
a
am
prequel.
too. I'm very excited.
Me
It
too.
looks good.
Yeah.
I'm really, really excited.
Yes. And Henry Thomas is in it. So
Right.
put me in, coach. I want to play.
Ooh,
That's a great one.
Yeah.
good
Gunleg.
one.
And
Yeah.
Planet Terror. That's definitely horror
Gavin's
adjacent
on it.
for sure.
Mhm.
Rock the hearse. You better be coming to the party too, Calvin, so you can go on rides in the hearse too.
Hearse rides for everyone.
I haven't
Oh,
seen this yet.
That is on my list. I have
Natty
to
Knocks?
check. Yeah, Natty Knocks. Well,
Huh.
obviously, because Robert.
Right.
But yeah, I've heard some mixed things, so I definitely want to check it out because I think Bill Moseley is in it too, if I remember correctly.
nice.
So seeing all of them together would be really, really neat.
And it's on
very,
Tubi.
yeah, very urban legend to have all the, those legends. Like you got Danielle Harris, Robert Englund, like all these people coming together.
Yeah.
I love that. Hannibal Lecter's restraint mask.
Mm.
Wow.
Nice.
That's a dope
Whoa.
Yeah.
pick. I
Good
really
choice,
like
David.
that pick.
Didn't even cross my mind at all.
Yeah, me neither. I love that pick. Jane Levy was so good. And I guess she's coming back to horror. So
I
please.
hope so.
That's what
She
I heard.
did such a good job.
Yep. Yeah, I remember not to park in the grass this time. 7,000-pound hearses don't like mud,
Yeah, no.
but chicks dig it, pun intended. Thanks for digging that out, babe. You're doing great.
Yeah. I
Um,
was again my costume all muddy.
Black Phone movie scared the crap out of me. Yeah. I just,
Heck yeah.
I love one of my favorite moments in the Black Phone, and I don't know why it doesn't get talked about more. And it just gives, maybe it's because I'm a huge baseball fan, but when he calls him and he's like, "Your arm is mint. You
Mhm.
almost had me."
Mhm.
I was like, oh, like I got chills from that part. Like, oh my God, like that was such a great moment. 'Cause then he knows who it is,
Right.
Yeah.
but the way
Yeah.
he said it on the phone, I was just like, wow.
That
Because the
gave
movie started
me
with base.
Signs vibes.
Yeah.
Where like
Oh,
swing
yeah.
Meryl, swing.
Yep.
Oh, where I was just like, whoa. And you
Yep.
realize it was all meant for that one moment. You're
For
right.
Yeah.
that one moment.
I
I
love
love
that.
that
Love
build
when-
up
Good,
at the very
yes.
end.
good
Love
call.
that
Yes.
moment. God, I got
Who's
chills
your
again.
horror movie Chewbacca? American Werewolf in London. I'm going with David
I saw
Naughton.
it first.
Black Phone. I love the Black Phone.
Mhm.
Love it so much.
Mhm. So good.
How about Newt's Baby Doll and Aliens? That's a great choice.
Mm,
Mhm.
good
That's a great choice.
Mhm.
I almost
Get
put
away from her, you
Ripley's.
bitch.
Yeah, I almost put her gun with the flamethrower
Yeah.
on it.
What's up, Mel?
Hey,
Thank
Mel.
you. Thank you for stopping out. Very nice to see you.
We're cool kids.
Pet Cemetery 89 is a good movie. I agree. I mean, like I said, that was Ashley's first horror movie.
It was.
Without that, we might not be together today. So
We
Pet
may
Cemetery
not.
will always be special to me
would
for
be
that
an
reason.
injustice.
Just like the very first date we went on was to go see Tom Cruise's War of the Worlds.
It
That
was.
movie
Oh
will
my
always
gosh.
be so special to me.
Love that
Mhm.
movie.
That movie.
I'm not
freaked
even
me
kidding.
out.
I took her home that night after we went and seen War of the Worlds for the first time, and she had a People Under the Stairs poster, and I was like, "We're gonna get married. I love you, and this is where I'm gonna go get a daddy bondage suit, and we're gonna make this happen." So, all right. So now we are up to. Okay, look, I agree. I love Pet Cemetery too. I think it is so much fun.
It is.
Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown, yes. He's like, I think the saving grace of that movie, honestly.
You know, and everybody talks about like the dinner scene and shit. The scene that always fucked me up as a kid was the motorcycle scene. When the kid's scarf gets stuck in it, like that scared me so bad as a kid.
Yeah.
But because like to me, it wasn't Clancy Brown when I was a kid. I was like, hey, that's John Connor.
Right.
Let's go. You know,
Yeah.
but like that, the scarf part, oh, that got me so bad when I was a kid. So we're up to number 7, my love, and that'll be you starting us off.
Okay, well, have already talked about it, but it's Ghostface Mask.
Okay.
And I guess I like it because it's not always the same killer. It's the same mask, but the face behind the mask isn't always the same. And I think that is awesome and original. You have all these different people coming after you for different reasons.
I think that's why I've always loved Scream, because you always have the same killer, but it's a different killer in every movie. Like I agree. I think that's why I love it. And that's why it's so easy to recast that role. Like don't mean to keep going back to Nightmare, but anybody that played Freddy in the 2010 remake was destined to fail because they were
no one was
recasting
gonna ever be Robert Englund. No,
you can recast Freddy.
Gosh. If I had a nickel every time somebody said Robert is the only Freddy, I would be rich.
Yes.
If you recast Jason, Michael, Ghostface,
well, they're behind a mask and they just have to get the walk down and the head tilt.
Yeah, falling asleep.
Get off me.
But all right, well, good choice, baby. I like that choice.
Yeah, do you?
You're gonna like the choice to sleep on the couch too.
keep doing the Michael slander. Keep doing it.
What's number 7 for you guys?
Number 7 for us is the Silver Shamrock masks, which I love so much because I am a huge Halloween 3 fan. Obviously, the whole Halloween franchise, even though this one doesn't have Michael in it for real as the killer, just having masks as the weapons themselves and using it on kids directly is so sinister to me. And each one of those masks represents like the spirit of Halloween so well. And I don't care what anybody says. I freaking love Halloween 3. And I think those masks are iconic.
Yeah, no, they for sure are. Like they literally killed every child in the world, essentially. Like that's pretty dark. Yeah. I've come around to Halloween 3. Like for the longest when I was younger, I was like, it doesn't have Michael in it. I hate that movie. And then like now I look at it with adult eyes and I'm like, okay, it's fun. Like I like it. I just pretend it's not a part of the Halloween franchise.
I've always said if that movie would have been called The Season of the Witch, and not Halloween 3, The Season of the Witch,
it would have been.
I think it would have been huge.
Oh, people would just have.
That's a good call.
It would have been like one of the top horror Halloween movies, like period.
Yeah.
Now it's finally getting its place, but it's been a while for people to also get their adult eyes. Because I mean, New Nightmare was oh my god, that's not Freddy. These aren't the people. What are you talking about? And now, of course, it's my favorite. So yeah, Halloween 3 is just a really good Halloween time movie. I think
it is for sure. Yeah.
We've said this before, but the name of a film can ruin a film sometimes. And I've said this since the beginning.
Child's Play 2019.
Yes. If Child's Play 2019, if I was on the marketing team for that, I would have been like, listen, Don Mancini doesn't want to do this. This is his baby. What we should do, since we own the rights to it, because we didn't own the rights to Child's Play 2 anyway. So if this movie's successful, we can't call it Child's Play 2. Why don't we call this movie Buddy, Buddi, and then From the World of Child's Play? That way we don't have to use a Chucky doll. That way Don Mancini's happy. We're not taking his baby away from him. And if it's successful, the next movie can be called The Buddy Bear, which we want the fucking Buddy Bear movie, guys.
We want to see a Buddy Bear kill some people.
But like they could have easily, all you got to do is like just this little tweak of a title, and it could have made it that much more successful. Because I didn't go see Child's Play 2019 in the theater, and I love the movie. I actually finally twisted my arm.
You eventually did, but I had to be like, listen,
because I'm such a Don Mancini
fan. I went and seen it with my son. He was like, I'm not going, and I was like, okay, bye. And then I went and seen it, and I was like, just give it a chance. So he finally did go see it with me. I had to twist his arm a little bit.
Because Child's Play has always been my favorite franchise. So for me, it was like, this is a slap in the face to Don Mancini. I'm not going to support this.
Yeah.
And she was like, shut up. You're stupid. Don's not going to sleep with you, Ken. So just go watch it.
He's not going to put a hook in your butt. He's not going to do it.
No.
No Mancini butt hook.
And what I know now. But yeah, it's just one of those things where in marketing in general, like we've talked about Jennifer's Body.
Yes.
A movie that was absolutely killed because of the marketing. You watch the two biggest movies that come to my mind besides Halloween 3, House of Wax, and the remake. The whole marketing to that was
like, watch Paris Hilton get killed.
Come watch Paris Hilton get killed. When they should have been like, hey, we have some of the best goddamn practical effects you'll see in the 2000s for a horror movie. just the marketing, and it really buzzed me out. Jennifer's Body. I didn't watch it because I thought it was just like some stupid slutty teen movie. That's how they marketed it to me.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful or degrading, but that's how the movie was marketed to me. Her with all these crop top shirts.
Scary
and I'm like,
Mean
okay.
Girls.
Sometimes it just doesn't
Right.
hit. But like when horror marketing is good, it's good. I mean, look at what the heck happened with Megan. Look at when Smile came out and everybody was in the background. Or even I remember when The Walking Dead was going to release one of its seasons, they had like a giant zombie hand that would lose a finger counting down every like those things stand out so much and they're so important, and especially in horror, like or Barbie, like people showing up to Barbie in pink, and the way that whole thing has gone, like movie marketing is just, it needs to be a part of every budget, big part of every budget.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and not just that, but sometimes the lack.
I think the less you know, like
Barbarian. Barbarian had the perfect trailer. Like if I was going to teach someone how to make a trailer, I would make them watch the Barbarian trailer and then go watch the movie, because that is the best way to check it out. So, you guys gave us your number 7. It was the Halloween 3 mask, because I went on my stupid tangent then. My number 7 is item that I wanted as a kid so bad, and I still want one. And it is the guitar drill from Slumber Party Massacre 2.
Yeah.
That was almost one of my honorable mentions.
I love this guitar. I just picture me being like the total 80s rock guy doing like the crotch thrust with the guitar with the drill on it. Like I would totally be that guy. And
you would.
Love the movie. And actually, I think that we're talking about great horror remakes. I thought the remake of Slumber Party, I guess you'd call it like a requel. That Sci-Fi did, the Sci-Fi original. I thought that was great.
It was good.
Like,
I enjoyed that movie a lot.
It was funny. It was scary. It kept like a lot of what the original did well. It really paid homage to that. So I really, really love that guitar. I want it so bad, but I want it more in like a flying V, or like you know, like, oh god, so sexy.
Flying V.
It'd be cool if they paid homage to that guitar in Deathgasm 2.
Yes.
That'd be cool to have one.
See, and instead of a drill, you got the drill dildo. You got a drill dough right on the end of it, right there.
Drill dough.
No beeholes though.
Market it.
When you hook up your strap, you got a beehole hook. A beehole hook right where your strap lock is.
I mean, it's
a lot of beehole talk. Told you guys.
You got the drill dough and the beehole hook. Deathgasm guys, hit me up. I got you. God damn it. I did not know this was going to go this way. I'm so sorry.
You didn't know about the
beehole? The lament configuration will get some love tonight. It will.
I know.
The Blissfield Butcher Mask and Ritual Dagger. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good
Very
one.
underrated slasher. See, and I agree. I really wish that they would not have called.
Here's my nickel.
I wish they wouldn't have named him Chucky. But I love that they didn't do like the Ade Dewey Dembala, because that's Brad's thing.
Yeah.
That's Don's thing.
Yeah,
I like that they changed it up.
I do too.
You could have renamed him something.
And I think a lot of people out there keep talking about wanting to do a nightmare movie. And they're like, what if Freddy passes the torch? Like, do you honestly think Mr. Ham himself is going to be like, here you go, bless you, here you can have the torch? No. He said, I'm forever. Like he wants to just keep doing it. And honestly, I cannot imagine having a nightmare movie and you go and the killer in it is the villain is not Freddy Krueger. Like it has to be some iteration of Freddy Krueger. It just can't be some rando. Then call it something else.
What we could do is do Nightmare on Elm Street ends, and Freddy could be down in the sewer like, oh, I'm hurt, and he could imprint on some kid that got beat up by band geeks, and he could become the new Freddy.
You know what?
Yeah.
Halloween Ends energy. I like it.
Oh, but I love Halloween Ends, actually.
You know
that might get me
heavy
canceled.
instruments that they have to carry around? Like, they're tough, okay?
I'm just saying, like...
Yeah, man. Tubas? Love tubas.
Watch that scene again of Michael and Corey imprinting on each other and play 1,000 Years from Twilight. It'll go together perfect.
Okay.
Michael's all like, I have died every day waiting for you, Corey. And it's the most beautiful thing you'll ever see in your life.
I bet they hook each other's buttholes.
What's up?
It's possible. It's possible.
What's up, Sass?
Hey, Sass.
Hey.
Oh, we got some more lament configuration love.
There you go.
I watched Halloween 2 the other night, carried on right from the first movie. Unfortunately,
it did, and it's good,
Halloween
right?
3, I don't like the second Halloween.
Yeah,
I make fun of Halloween as a joke, but I really don't like the second one. A lot of Halloweens I do like. That one I do not. It's boring.
Yep.
I'm gonna hide
Like,
behind you.
oh man.
Jennifer's Body is so good. I agree.
Attention.
Such a great, fantastic movie.
Yeah.
She better be coming with us to see the movie. My
So
nice
weird.
things I liked about Friday 13th, Halloween, Child's Play. Oh, The Stepfather. That's a good one too. That's a very good one. Hey, what's up, Nick? Yes, I agree. I really do agree. Seth will text you. Ash will text you tonight all the information about Saw 10.
We don't know. I don't know all the information.
Saturday at 1 o'clock.
Oh,
It's Saturday at 1 o'clock. She didn't got to text you. I just told you.
Okay.
I think we can make it.
If we leave now.
If you guys leave now, you might be able to be here.
Yes. Please do.
Yeah, just head out. We'd love to see you.
Take it on the road.
Let's do the part 2.
Love
look, I like Halloween Ends. We did an In Defense episode on it, and including Halloween 1978. I think Halloween Ends has the best opening of any Halloween movie with that shitty kid falling off the balcony. I think I love when that happened. I was like, this movie's gonna be dope.
Yeah,
this movie's gonna be so good.
I love that opening.
I've really grown to love it. Again, it was the victim of marketing.
I've grown to like it.
I love it.
I will not say love. I like it.
It's
I was
very divisive.
upset.
Yeah.
I can see why like major Halloween fans were, because you're expecting the ends of the trilogy, like they're really gonna go at it. But now we've got this new introduction of a character, and then what the heck? Lori and Michael go at it for like a fraction of a second. So I get that. Like, I love the symbolism. Like Lori's basically talking to somebody who also has trauma, and is like, you decide what you do with it. She's like, I'm over here being the good guy, and then Corey's like doing his thing. And I loved that, but I totally get why a lot of people were really disappointed.
I have come around to it. I have, but the first viewing, I was just like,
I felt like she lost her dog.
I was like, I can't talk about this right now. Yeah, because he looked at me and he's like, "What'd you think?" And I was like, "I can't talk to you." Like,
I just, for me, and again, I don't want to sound like I'm repeating myself for the people that watch episodes, but I feel like Halloween Ends is a great movie, not a good movie, great movie. I feel like Halloween Ends is a dog shit ending to that trilogy.
Yeah.
Very good movie. I love the movie, but if Corey would have been introduced earlier in the trilogy, I might have been able to stomach it more. And I get you're trying to pay homage to Christine and the things that happened in the movie Christine. Do that in a Christine film. I don't need to see that here. I still want to see badass Michael and Lori. I want to really see the end of the, I don't want to see them for the last 10 minutes crucify Michael and throw him in a disposal. I don't know. Like, I wanted to see a bigger fight between
There wasn't enough.
Right.
I felt like they both needed to just die. Like they both did. Like one.
Right. I wanted Lori to die too.
I felt like
which is funny because
really end it.
I like both those movies, Freddy's Revenge and the remake. I like both those movies. Freddy's Revenge, that's a movie I came around on because I had seen 1, 3, and 4. I had never seen 2, and I went and watched it. I was like, I don't like this. Like, it was just so dark.
I love to.
And now it has my favorite moment of any nightmare movie. Our lives. You're all my children. Now, that's the best sequence of any Freddy movie, in my opinion.
It's the only one where he kills a
bunch of people.
Instead of one.
So sick.
Yeah.
I mean,
so sick.
Listing 2 examples, they rushed to make Nightmare 2. It wasn't like they put a lot of thought into casting. They just basically put a guy in that costume, was like, here you go. And then with the remake, it was a lot of people, because I have some people that I know that went to visit and write on set, and they were just like, everybody kept being like, Jackie, pull it back. Jackie, don't do that. Jackie, be more serious. Jackie, do this. And then the script got butchered. So there was just a lot that happened that made that a mess. And then Nightmare 2 was a rush where they didn't put a lot of thought into like anything. So I can't say you've got 2 people and it doesn't work out and that's the end. And I can't say that I have a lot of reason to be worthy of holding that opinion, but I like to keep an open mind because I have like a pretty decent sized list of guys that I think could play Freddy really well. Yeah. So let's do it.
Yeah. I just want some more. I just want some more Freddy. Just give me something. I would love to do this. A Fog versus.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I would love to do that.
Good idea.
Yeah. I will write that down. Hey, what's up, Gory?
Hey,
Thank
Gory.
you. Halloween Ends is pretty good. Evil Rides tonight. Oh man, I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for it.
Yeah.
I just really hope. I hope they go the direction that the Poltergeist remake did, where the Poltergeist remake didn't have Carol Ann.
Yeah.
It had
Mhm.
Maddie, and I really hope that in this Crow reboot that it's not Eric Draven. I feel like Eric Draven is done. That was Brandon. That's it.
Mhm.
You can have another character, but have the Crow visit a different character and bring them back, not Eric.
Mhm.
I just feel like that would be very distasteful. Just
Very
find it,
tragic,
because the
yeah.
Crow can bring back anybody.
Right.
The Crow visits, it can be anybody, not Eric. Eric's already been done. Please don't
Agreed.
have it be Eric. Like that's just my opinion though.
Yeah.
So now we are up to number 6, and that is our amazing guest starting us off this time.
All right.
All right,
Ooh.
Jay, it's yours.
Patrick Bateman's Walkman in American Psycho.
Oh,
All
You
right.
can pick anything in that movie, you
Yeah.
can pick
Right.
a chainsaw, an axe, or whatever. But in my mind, the Walkman is what keeps his crazy in his head.
Mhm.
And the first moment that he shares music with somebody instead of sharing it with himself is when he kills somebody.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just loved that, and it's iconic too.
Oh, God.
It's so of its time, and even in 2000. Still, we were looking at that and going, "That's weird," Like we had kind of moved away from Walkmans. We all had our CD players with our anti-skip
Right.
by then. So I don't know. I found that one to be super special and something that I don't think people would talk about very often. We did talk about the
Yeah.
business parts though. We debated
Yeah.
about that for a little bit, but
See, 'cause
yeah.
I would have said business cards or maybe the axe.
Yeah.
But the Walkman's perfect. That's the perfect choice.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Love it. My number 6, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. It's the Michael mask. Not a huge fan. Not a huge fan of Star Trek, so a William Shatner mask doesn't do
Why
much
did
for
you
me.
even put it on your list if you're just gonna diss it?
I just think, how funny
No,
would it be? Think
no.
about this: the night after, right? It's November 1st, 1978, and William Shatner gets a call like, "What were you doing in Haddonfield last night, you dick? Everybody saw you, Bill. What were you doing?"
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. So yeah, Michael's William Shatner mask, and I'm gonna agree with Nathan from 2018. I think the 2018 mask is dynamite.
I
Yeah.
like. I like Kill's mask because it's all like burnt. I think it
Mhm.
looks.
That one is cool.
It looks badass. My number 6 is Pennywise's red balloon, and it's something
Nice.
that's so simple and shouldn't really be scary. But why? Why is your mouth open?
Because that's such a great choice, and I don't have it.
It's so good.
Yes, it's a really
It's
good
That's
choice.
such a good. I got to give it up. That's an awesome choice.
Yes.
I'm-
Just think about it's just a red balloon, right?
Right.
But if you see a red balloon in a sewer, you're not gonna go there.
Tell
like,
me-
I
tell
don't
me
thank
anybody-
you.
Tell me anybody right now that doesn't see a red balloon and think about
Exactly. That's exactly what I
Oh,
see when I
man.
see a red balloon. And
maybe
Yeah.
a good choice.
Yeah.
That's
like
dynamite.
it shouldn't be
That's
scary. It's a balloon, but it signifies this scary freaking clown. And yeah,
Oh, I'm actually mad at myself at how good that choice is.
you're mad at yourself.
Yes, because I didn't pick it. Like, god damn, that's so good.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah. Bummer. They are retelling the Eric. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons 02 versus Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. I haven't seen either one of them,
Mm.
honestly.
I didn't know that there was an O2.
I
The new
didn't
one's
either.
Fun. We
We
really
liked it. Yeah.
I want to
Really?
see it.
Yeah, it's worth
It was
it's worth
fun.
watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jason's remake mask.
Mhm.
Hey, buddy, tell her we said we love her, and we will see her on Saturday. And I hope you guys have an amazing night.
Have a good one.
That's a good one. Happy Death Day.
Yeah.
Love Happy
Another
Death.
one of the
You know you can't find that freaking mask.
you cannot find it
anywhere.
anywhere.
No.
We tried to get it for an episode,
We did.
and you can't get it anywhere.
No.
Which is funny because our versus next month is on Children of the Corn, and our versus the month after that is going to be on the Blob. So we're excited for you guys to check that out. We're
Yeah.
excited to do that one.
Children of the
He would be a good one for that. We were talking about it. You know what? I think we were talking about American Psycho. If they redid it today, who would want to see in the role?
I know
think
who it
Robert.
would be.
Who would you pick?
Patrick Schwarzenegger. If you've seen him in Daniel Isn't
yeah.
Real, he is
Yeah.
perfect. And then
Mhm.
Vogue, I found out after, because I tweeted at him, I was like, Patrick Schwarzenegger, you need to play Patrick Bateman. And he retweeted it. And I was like, yes. And then a couple months later, I think it was Vanity or Variety did a photo shoot of him as Patrick Bateman. And I was like, he's perfect. He's absolutely
hilarious.
perfect. That's my choice for
That's a
Patrick
good
Bateman.
choice, actually. Yeah.
I would like to see. That's a great choice, though. But I think Robert Pattinson could do a great job in that role.
He could
Oh my
definitely.
God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Oh my
because
So
God.
good.
I'm a huge Robert Pattinson fan.
Which is so funny.
'Cause I didn't
you're
like
the
Twilight.
Twilight guy, and now
Yeah.
you like love him.
I
yeah.
think he's great. I think he's like, we watched him in The Lighthouse, Remember Me,
Yeah.
The Batman, and I was just like, this guy
He's
is
just
killing
he's
it.
so much more than just the Twilight guy.
Yeah, he's not
He
just the
loves
Twilight
Tenet.
guy.
And
Oh.
yeah,
Tenet?
he's so good.
Yeah.
Tenet is one of my favorite movies by far.
Mhm.
But what was that movie he was in? Now I feel silly. Where he's in the limousine. Cosmopolis. Like basically nobody saw it, but he rides around in a limousine like the whole time.
I've never heard of that movie.
Big American Psycho vibes.
Okay, now
from
can we
him.
I gotta
watch
check
that?
it out.
We've never
Yes.
heard of that.
Will,
Yeah,
will you
it's
text
so-
me that tonight when we're done?
Yes.
Will you text that to me so I want to check that out, please?
I
It's
wanna
so
watch
good.
that.
Yeah, I think he would be, but again, Patrick Schwarzenegger is a great choice too, because
It is.
Daniel Isn't Real was a great movie.
Mhm.
Like,
Those are
I thought
both
that movie was
awesome.
fantastic. So yeah, that's
Awesome
good.
choices.
Great choices. I've always wanted someone to
keep
show
it
the
out.
years of Myers in the institution killing other dangerous mental patients without getting caught and plotting his escape.
Yeah.
I could fuck with that.
Yeah.
I would watch
Miniseries.
that. Fan film.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Frank's Mask and Donnie
Oh.
Darko.
Ooh.
Come on, that's
I
horror
always
chasing,
consider
man.
that to be like
Definitely.
horror. I've
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
thought that to
Yeah.
be.
That
Frank
movie's
is
I
freaky as
love
hell.
Donnie Darko so hard.
Yeah, you do.
Everything
Yeah.
here dies alone. Like, ooh, damn, old lady. Yeah, love that movie. Love that movie. You bought me the hard. That was one of the first things she ever bought me was the hard copy, the hard cover
Yeah.
version of Donnie Darko. It was one of the
Back
first things she
when
ever bought me.
Love that.
Sam Goody was still
Yeah, back
around.
when we had old Sam Goody around
Heck
here.
Yeah.
I have
So-
that around somewhere. I love that
Yeah.
movie.
So you look back on that movie now and the star power that movie had, like,
Crazy.
holy shit, man.
Mhm.
Like, you got Jake and Maggie Gyllenhaal,
Mhm.
Patrick Swayze,
Mhm.
like, just the huge cast that movie had. And I learned what a fuck ass was because of watching that movie. So we are halfway through the list, guys, and my number 5, it's already been talked about, but I mean, it's so iconic to me because this is one of my absolute favorite movies to watch during Halloween, and that is the Silver Shamrock masks. I love them.
Just that jingle, like you
Oh
can
my
never
gosh.
get it out of your head.
And to this day, that is one of my favorite episodes of Didn't See That Coming that Ashley and I did. Just because we had such a fun time writing that episode.
Yeah, that
and,
one was fun.
like the jokes that were written throughout the episode, I felt fit really good. Like Tom Atkins diving into the bush, like that whole sequence we did in that episode. I
He
thought
can't
was a lot
stop
of fun.
talking about having seen Tom Atkins' butt.
Yeah, you see his butt, and then we met him in person. We're like, I've seen your butt. Circle back to
Lucky-
buttholes now. Sorry.
You're lucky I didn't have a hook, Mr. Adkins. But
Tom
it's just,
Atkins.
yeah, I think that movie is just so amazing. And even as a kid, I loved it.
Yeah.
You know, I've always been a big fan of Halloween 3. And again, I've talked about it. If this movie would have just been called The Season of the Witch, I think it could have been a huge, I mean, thank God it's got a cult following now.
Right.
Thank God. And I love your guys' masks, the way they're lit up. That looks so beautiful. But yeah, I just a big fan of the film. I think that it's just genius, very scary. And I also want to say, if this had been Halloween 2, like it was supposed to be,
Yeah.
because you know they wanted Halloween to be a different. It was supposed to be an anthology
But everybody
series.
loved Michael Myers, so they
If
couldn't.
they wouldn't have brought Michael back for the second one, and Halloween
Yeah, 'cause it's
2 would have been
the
Season of the
third.
Witch, and then
Yeah.
Halloween 3 would have been like the flushing of the toilet, and Halloween, you know, whatever, go on, so on, so on. We would have had this anthology that went on, and maybe Halloween Season of the Witch would have took off, or
Yeah.
maybe we wouldn't have got Halloween as a franchise at all. You know, butterfly
Alternate
effect. You never know
timeline.
how it could
Yep.
have went. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I still am glad that they were able to, you know, take the balls they had and make that movie, because that was a huge swing for them and they knew it was going to be.
Mhm.
And even
Yeah.
the little things like when they're going through the town and Jamie Lee Curtis is the one on
Yeah.
the speaker, you know, the town will close and blah blah blah. Like little things like that I think are brilliant. And then obviously they torture Tom Atkins by making him watch the first Halloween.
Here we go.
You know, they tie him up, they're like, watch this movie, and he's like, no, get me out. He's back behind the goddamn bush again.
Torture you.
I'm sorry, babe, I got to.
No, you're not.
Which is funny,
You're
'cause
not
I
sorry
don't-
because you keep doing it.
I do. What did I get you today?
You did get me a Michael Myers statue.
Oh, show and
Yeah.
tell.
I got my
I bought her every year for our wedding anniversary is on October 20th.
yeah.
And every year I get her this big like spooky basket full of like
It's
stuff
like a
to decorate for
tradition
Halloween.
at this
That's a
point.
good
So I'm
idea.
like I like love that.
Yeah.
I look forward to it every year.
Yeah. So I got her a bunch of Hocus Pocus stuff, and then like I got her like the Michael statue of him standing behind the bush because that's all he does throughout the whole goddamn first movie. And then
You know what? It's scary. Would
Have you
you
been to
be
the bush?
okay with a man behind the bush?
Huh?
Have you been to the bush?
We went, yeah,
We went to California a couple
a couple years ago.
years ago.
Two
The
years
bush.
ago.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It was just as boring in person as it was in the movie.
Whatever. You were all like,
I was so into
taking
it.
pictures
I was
and
so into it.
you
I loved
totally
it.
were. So
I
don't
was.
even lie. Don't even lie.
so
I
true.
do
I
want
was-
to see the bush, though.
We'll
I
go
do
see
want to
the
go
bush.
because
You-
we're going to
I
LA
feel like
in a
you have
couple
to
weeks.
see
I
the
wanna see
bush.
You got to
Go
see the bush.
I've seen the
Yeah.
Myers house, but I would love to see the bush.
Yeah, we did.
We'll go
that.
to the
We
bush.
see the Myers house and the bush and the
Freddy's house.
babysitter's
House.
house,
And then we went to the Freddy house.
the Freddy house, the house.
The house, which
Yeah.
was huge. I cried standing
We
out in
were-
front of the house.
Yeah, we
I was just like so emotional. I was like, oh my God, this is like, because my horror life House was my first horror movie. So standing outside that house, like I got misty eyed. Like I FaceTime my grandma, like, Grandma, look where I am.
I
You like
know.
it was like the
Our kids
coolest
were
shit in the
like,
world.
"Can we go? It's just a house." And
fucking
he's like,
house.
"Stop it! I am watching. I'm looking at this house."
I have never hit a kid
holy
before. But God
ground.
damn it, I'm
We're like, "This is boring," and he's like, "You better knock that off right now."
You're
This
boring.
house is the reason you're here.
So real quick, we'll catch up on the chat before. Oh no, I just did the Shamrock mask. It's your turn for number 5, babe.
Oh, okay.
I'm a big stupid idiot.
All right.
While you're doing your 5, I'm gonna go. You want a drink? Oh, you got your drink.
I got my drink, yeah. Okay, so my number 5 has already been talked about, but it is Freddy's glove. I mean, it's just iconic. Like, I love the glove, and it pretty much, to me, it signifies Freddy besides like his red and green what am I trying to say?
Sweater.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Sweater. There we go. I couldn't say sweater. So I don't know. It's just awesome. Like, he made this glove in his little hideout and he kills people with it. Teenagers. And,
What's your favorite version of the glove?
Ooh.
He's got a couple of different ones. Probably just the normal,
OG.
the
The
knife.
original? Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
mine. The one that started it all.
I do like the like needle one though. I think that one looks badass. Yeah.
That's so cool. I talked to somebody who makes the needle gloves, and I asked him, I was like, what is in there? Is it like gel? And he said it's actually Dawn dish soap.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because it
Good
holds
idea.
the blue the best.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that is
that's
pretty
actually
cool.
a great
To wash your
idea.
dishes.
Or clean it up.
Just
an oil
yeah,
spill.
squirt it in there a little bit.
Right. All right. So, what is your guys' number 5?
We mixed this up a little bit. We were thinking about doing Ghostface's mask, but Jason had actually recommended the voice recorder.
Or changer thing.
Yeah, voice changer.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Voice changer.
Let it
Yeah.
rip.
Just kind of the similar thought that you guys had with like the killer can change behind the mask.
Mhm.
But they're never without that voice changer.
Yeah.
You know, and like you always know as soon as you hear it, you're like, oh, I'm screwed. You know, so it's a great accessory for all of them.
Yeah, and the fact
Yeah.
that they also end up using it for different voices.
That's true.
Like
Yeah.
Sydney's voice, like all that different stuff. It's just
Mhm.
you can have Ghostface, but he needs to be able to talk, and you got to have that. You got to have the voice changer.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's a great.
Even-
that's a great.
Even
choice.
when I was a kid, I did Ghostface, I think in 8th grade. And
young.
I just pulled out a random voice changer that we had, and I taped it to my face. And it was like a monster voice, so it wasn't Roger's voice. And I remember feeling so cool when I'd be like, trick or treat. And people were like, oh, I walked away and I pulled off my mask and someone was like, "Oh, it's a girl," and I was like, "And that's how you do it."
Yeah, it's a girl.
It's a girl. She hit him with the
Supreme 4 energy.
I'm a girl, buddy.
Oh my god,
That's awesome. You went all out.
That's so
Yeah.
dope. All right, now I'm not ahead of myself. We'll catch up on the chat real quick.
Yeah,
I
Donnie
agree.
Darko love.
Love it so much. Eric Draven, the face paint from The Crow. Oh, Billy the Puppet in Dead Silence. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Ooh, Dead Silence.
Season of the Witch was touching on topics in the 80s before it was popular.
Mhm.
Creepy, the supernatural puppet from Making Contact. I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Mm-mm.
Never seen that.
Huh. That is true.
Yes.
I mean, I don't think it's the best Halloween movie, but it is definitely in top tier. Everybody wants to see the Bush. Were you able to get the Bush to sign your Halloween poster?
A little bit of sap.
He got a little sappy about
Rub it on there a little
There it
bit.
is.
Yeah.
It is awesome when you're standing. It's like I'm like the emotional person in our relationship. Like I'm definitely the one that's more emotional than Ashley. Like standing in front of the Nightmare House, I was like, all the amazing things that have happened here, and the door is red. Like this is so dope. Ashley was like, that's a cool house.
Yeah.
Where's
Yeah,
the Bush?
That's a cool house.
Damn
I
it.
mean, if anybody
I-
has seen
I
Fred
liked
Heads, you know
Yeah.
that I cry.
I
Because
seriously, like-
I used to stand in the shower and be like, okay, imagine what it's going to be like when you see the Nightmare House. And I'd be like, like
Practice
some
your
people
tears.
sing in the shower, and I was practicing what it would be like to see the Nightmare House.
Right.
And sure enough, the tears came.
Tears.
Rose McGowan's Machine Gun Leg and Planet Terror.
Good
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hate that fucking moment in that movie so fucking bad. Don't even get me started on the blow up doll
The
mom and the
blow-up
fucking
doll
stupid
mom.
Freddy car. Fuck
It's
that car.
Terrible.
Mm.
That's my favorite one too. The one that moves on its own.
Yeah.
That is hands
Love
down my
that
favorite Freddy
clock.
glove.
Mm-hmm. I want
Gothica. That we were just talking about that movie the other day with
You
Halle
know,
Berry.
I forgot about that movie for the longest time, but I
Yes.
love that movie.
Yes,
Yeah.
such
Yeah.
a
Good
great
pose.
movie.
Thank you.
I've seen
That was a
cover.
good.
Yeah.
Great Halle Berry.
Yeah, she was totally just Madonna right now. That was the Vogue of Gothica. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 95, Annihilation, and Legends. Mortal Kombat 2021, Street Fighter 94. Those are all
Super
movies.
Mario 93. I love that movie.
I
Mortal
hated that
Kombat.
movie.
Such a guilty
I-
pleasure movie.
I think Mortal Kombat 2021 took me by surprise at how much I liked
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
movie. Like I was just like, me and my son went and seen it, and I was in the theater, and I was just like, holy shit.
Mhm.
Did you go with this to Mortal Kombat?
I wasn't allowed. It was a boys'
was a
day.
boys' night. I thought so.
Yeah,
We
I
watched
wasn't-
it.
Yeah, we watched it on HBO.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it came out on
It's
Max
more
Yeah.
shortly
combat.
after.
You know, like it was a big prequel.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I even bought you guys shirts for it.
Yeah, we have our Mortal
We went
Kombat
all
shirts.
out. Went all
I-
out.
That was one of my favorite. I'll never forget the first time I saw the Mortal Kombat cabinet at Aladdin's Palace, our local arcade back in the day. Like I remember just walking up and like seeing the blood and stuff, and just like little Kenny's mind was blown. I was like, "This is the coolest fucking thing."
In the mall.
I'd ever
Wait, that was
seen.
in the mall, right? Like where
Well, Aladdin's no, that one was just for fun. The one that was in the back where Moonwalk Adventures is.
Yeah.
Aladdin's Palace was up at the front where like the barber shop is now. That used to be Aladdin's Palace right there.
Oh, I think I'm too
And-
young for that.
Yeah, you are. But I just just remember walking in and just being like, because I would always go in and I'd go for like Dragon's Lair or Street Fighter, like those were, or like the Simpsons game, like the Konami Simpsons game.
Yeah.
Like, and I just remember like being super obsessed with those. And then I remember seeing Mortal Kombat, and I never wanted to leave that cabinet.
Yeah.
Like my grandma would give me 50 cents a day, so that way I could.
Ooh.
Oh, hold on.
That's
That way, because I was notorious for breaking pencils.
Mhm.
So I could get extra pencils. I stole the shit out of pencils, and I saved every 50 cents I had for Mortal Kombat cabinet at
Dang,
the end of the
Mark.
week. Every Friday, I would go to that. I would just be stuck on that Mortal Kombat cabinet for hours until the big kids would push me out of the way.
I think it's funny that now that we go into like arcades and it's all the new age games, and you're just like, oh, this
This is
sucks.
stupid.
This is stupid.
Where's the WWF wrestling game, man?
Yeah.
I was a shit with Mr.
Ninja
Perfect.
Turtles. Where's
God,
Ninja
that
Turtles?
game. All
Yeah,
the
the
Turtles in Time and stuff. Oh,
Yes,
I do like
man.
the burger game. I can't help myself.
back to burgers.
Yeah. Sorry.
Back
Yes.
to burgers.
Make my
I
burger.
am, I'm a huge fan of old school. I've got the Super Nintendo controller,
yeah.
and it's got the Konami code, the up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start. Like, yeah, I'm
Cheat
showing
code.
your leg.
I know. Showing
Showing your
Love when
thigh.
we show leg.
Wow, we've gotten real scandalous.
I
Just-
know.
Just wait
What
until I
an
put a
episode.
lampshade on top of it. It's gonna look just like a Christmas story leg.
It's an
All right,
award.
guys. So we are up to number
Major
4, and that's you
award.
starting us off, my love.
Okay, my number 4 is Chucky's overalls. I just feel like he
You had to
looks so cute, right? Like he's
Yes.
this cute little guy, and he's not. He's mean, and
He definitely looks trustworthy.
Yeah, he looks trustworthy. He looks like a good guy doll, a good guy, and he's not a good guy. And I feel like the
Those
overalls,
will get ya.
yeah, they'll get you. They get you every time. You think you have a friend till the end, and then
No.
he gets
Nope.
you. Nope.
You
This
could put so
is
many
the
weapons
end,
in those
friend.
overalls,
Mhm.
really.
I know,
Conveniently.
really,
Yeah.
right here. There's a pocket, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why we had to show where pockets
We
exist.
gotta show where everything's at.
In case anybody's not aware of
In the back.
overalls,
If you've never worn overalls before, there's a lot
Google
of
it.
space. Yeah.
Especially in this area
In this
right
area.
here.
Yeah, there's stuff in there.
Right
The
here.
biggest pocket.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. So what's your guys' number 4?
Jack's typewriter from The Shining.
Nice. That's
So
a good one.
similar to Patrick Bateman's Walkman, to me, that's the thing that tells you he's going nuts.
Yeah.
Because you watch him slowly descend more, and finally, when he's actually using it, is when he's not actually writing his story. So that
Mhm.
one, and just like the sound effect, you know how it just echoes through that giant room. Just something about it. It's just so cool. So
Mhm.
definitely that one. Did you have any points on
That's
that one? I just like.
No, you loved The Shining.
I do.
So I let you run with
Yeah.
it.
I do.
We've talked about our favorite horror remakes. My favorite horror sequel of all time is Dr. Sleep.
Yeah.
I think that is
It's
my
so
my
good.
favorite horror
Oh,
sequel
right.
of all time.
Rebecca
Flanagan
Ferguson
just knocked it out of the park.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that whole
great.
movie, so good. Well, just like Black Phone is a sequel to The Shining
Yeah.
as well.
Theory.
That's totally my theory, but yeah,
Mhm.
Dr. Sleep rules.
I love it. Love it.
Yeah.
My number 4 is a mix of the two. So it's either Nightmare on Elm Street, Jesus Christ. Friday the 13th Part 3, Jason's Mask, or I'm going to go a little crazy here and I'm going to say
Don't
Roy
say
Burns'
Jason
mask.
Oh.
Oh,
I love the Roy Burns with the blue chevrons.
I like
I
the
love 'em.
blue.
And, growing up, I hated A New Beginning. I hated it because I was like, this isn't even Jason. Now I watch it as an adult and I'm like, yes, it fucking is. This is Jason until the last 3 minutes of the movie. And then you get the dumb reveal and you're like, oh, come on. This guy got mad because his son was killed for a chocolate bar and didn't even care about his son when he was there, when he got killed by for the chocolate bar. Whatever.
Why did his son not even know that was him though?
He that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many plot holes, but not
Yeah.
important. It's a Jason movie.
Right.
We
That's
just watched the whole franchise. And
Yep.
Yeah.
It exists. It's
Yeah.
out there.
It does exist.
Okay, I do want to say
Like
one
Jason
thing,
Goes
though.
to Hell.
Oh boy.
When I read the trivia on the remake, my favorite thing, this is so stupid, but my favorite thing about the entire series is they confirmed that Trent is the same character as he is in Transformers. So he's like this total jerk to Shia LaBeouf. It's the same exact
Yeah.
character that dies in the remake. And I
That's
just thought that
awesome.
was because it's a Michael Bay thing.
Yeah.
So I just loved that. But otherwise, it exists.
Yeah,
That's
it does.
great.
I am
Because-
So the
from
Friday
Young-
remake is Transformers
I
2.
am from Youngstown, Ohio. So the first time I saw Jason Goes to Hell, I was
That's
like,
true.
"What? Why is there a
In
board here?" And I started
Youngstown.
Googling it, and then I was Googling like, "Why did they put it in Youngstown, Ohio?" And I'm still looking for the answer to that. So if
But you know
anybody
what?
knows,
Jason
Is it
Goes to
scary?
Hell is my second. Jason Goes to Hell is my second favorite in that franchise.
Why do you admit that to people?
I gotta say though,
It's out there.
real quick, before we go on, Diandra, you got to work on your typing techniques because when you Google like this, I'm surprised you were actually able to get an answer.
well, it explains
She's
a
a
lot.
really big keyboard.
Yeah,
Right, huge.
I have to go like this.
Like it's big.
It's like it's like
real
those dance
big.
games where you have to step on the keys.
I was just gonna say she plays Type Revolution.
I like that
Um,
name.
Yeah, it's fun as hell.
Trademark.
But when it comes to Jason's mask, I just think that it was iconic before, you know, as a goalie mask, you know, and then he took it into the horror world and made it just, you know, just this real icon where it's not even known as a hockey mask anymore.
Yeah.
Anybody that sees it thinks that's Jason's mask.
Yeah.
And what I love about the Friday the 13th franchise, and this is something I've explained to people a lot, the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise really connects to each other. Those movies are all, they have that connective tissue. Halloween, for the most part, you know, like you have the trilogy of movies. They all, you know, the first two, they all connect together. Besides your Tommy Jarvis trilogy of 4, 5, and 6, every single Friday the 13th movie to me is just its own standalone film. You don't have to watch part 1 to understand part 7. You know, you can just go, it's kind of like the Legend of Zelda of horror movies. Like you can just go into each one and just go with it. You don't have to know anything about the first one to understand the last one.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I love the most about the Friday the 13th franchise is I can just watch each one as its own standalone movie and it makes sense. It's its own story. Every single movie is its own story from its own point of view. Like I said, with the exception of the Tommy Jarvis trilogy, which I think is probably the strongest part of the franchise with 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
But all those other movies, you don't have to have that connective tissue, which is harder in a way when you're doing such a big franchise to not have any connectivity to the other movies. So I've always had a lot of love and admiration for the Friday the 13th franchise for being able to do that on its own. So that's
I feel
think
like
that's
that
what they're
wasn't done on purpose.
Will you stop shitting on Friday the 13th?
No, I'll stop shitting on Friday the 13th and you stop shitting on Halloween. Okay.
Why are you the way that you are?
Cheesy Super Mario films. Blank Man was great. Loved Blank Man.
Yes.
Blank
Meteor Man too. Oh.
Yeah. Blank Man was Keenan Ivory or Damon Wayans. Damon Wayans was in Blank Man. You would know it if you've seen it, I promise.
I don't know.
Oh, that's awesome. They used to have Aladdin's Palace at Ryan's Mall too.
Nice.
Cool.
Oh,
I don't
also,
remember Aladdin's Palace. I remember the fun spot.
just for fun.
Yeah.
I do want to say real quick, Trent, any guy that says you have the perfect nipple placement, baby,
Oh gosh.
deserves to die.
Yes, he does. He does.
That sex scene to me was so ridiculous. I was like, there's not a human being on the planet that would go, oh my God, you got perfect nipple placement, baby. Let me give you the yeah. Like it just doesn't happen.
Back to the butthole.
Oh, man.
Just do not play Deadly Friend basketball.
Yeah. That basketball.
That basketball, man. Oh, Ghostface voice changer.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Jason's hockey mask and Chucky's overalls.
Mm.
Belial's
Yeah.
basket and basket case. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dr. Sleep.
Yeah.
It is.
Ash Chainsaw and Metal Hand are wild. Oh, Lights Out and The Woman in Black are both good. You never left your son in a youth recreation center. I mean, who hasn't? Really?
For youth.
Yeah.
Jason's spirit possessed Roy's body in part 5. My theory only makes sense for Roy.
Ooh.
Worm, just like Jason Goes to Hell. Got him.
Those worms get you every time.
I'm gonna watch all the Friday the 13th movies for my horror movie marathon this year. Awesome.
I'm sorry.
They
Good
peak.
plan.
Good luck.
They peak at part 6 and part 9. Part 6 and part 9 are the peak.
Part
in my
6.
opinion.
What does he think I am? A fart head?
The Exorcist with Doug Bradley. That would be sick.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
American Werewolf, Lady Hawk, Project. I don't like Paris. I cannot do American Werewolf in Paris. That movie ruined my Christmas. Chop Top's Metal Hanger.
Yes.
Love it. All right, so we are up to number 3 now. We are at our bronze medal.
All right.
And that will be our amazing guest starting us off at number 3.
Okay.
Oh man, this one might be
Canceled.
cancelable. It might be. It's random, but I love this. This is one of my favorite moments in horror ever. And I put Laurie's Little Red Riding Hood outfit from Trick or Treat because it is symbolic, and everybody who transforms into a werewolf and has to do their first kill has to wear a Little Red Riding Hood outfit. And it's this twist that you think that she's going to be the victim, but in the end, she ends up murdering the guy that comes after her. And I have always loved the idea that the Little Red Riding Hood is actually the wolf. and that would be a cosplay that I would kill to do, would be Lori from Trick or Treat in that little Red Riding Hood outfit. So I love that moment a lot.
We got some more trick or treat loves. Do you guys know what that means?
Wipe my shiny metal ass.
No, again, like it's one of those things, like, because anthologies, like, I love the Creepshow franchise. I love Tales from the Hood. I love Tales from the Dark Side. Like, I want to like the only watch along we've done on Sledgehammer Horror was Trick or Treat. We did a watch along with it for me to try to like it, you know, watching it with everybody else. I had an amazing time talking to people about the movie, but
it just, to me, it's so Halloween and just
is.
like it's like the perfect Halloween movie. I love it.
I can't think of any.
Like Krampus too? Because I think it's the same director.
I love it.
Yes, I love Krampus.
Krampus is
okay, good.
Yes,
Krampus.
Dude, I love.
That's another
Krampus.
one. We watch that every Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I recently found out we did too. My parents actually a couple years, I think it might have been last year, requested. They're like, "Can we watch Krampus?" I was like,
"What?"
Yeah. Okay.
But I learned that Michael, because he's from Columbus, which is where we moved from, that Trick or Treat and takes place in Ohio, and Krampus takes place in Columbus. And I was like, that is so cool.
Didn't happen to us though.
No, we did not get.
We just had normal Christmases.
Yeah.
Oh, darn.
Maybe you guys are in a snow globe right now and you don't know it.
We could be
A desert snow globe.
Don't shake us.
I don't want to be stuck in snow. That's why I moved out.
I don't want to be in a globe.
That is hell.
I don't blame you. Snow sucks.
Yeah. So, for my number 3, my bronze medal, I had to put it on here because it's just one of my favorite things ever, and it's the lament configuration. We have such sights to show you. I think that this Hellraiser 1 and Hellraiser 2 Hellbound are the pretty much like a perfect 1-2 punch to me.
Yeah, two's my
and
favorite.
I was just gonna say, I'll go as far as to say part 2 is my favorite. It's just so dark, and what I love about this is you have your villain that isn't even, in my opinion, throughout the first 2 films, the villain isn't even the Cenobites. You know, the humans are the villains. You know, and what a woman will do to get some good D back. You know, how far will she go to get
pretty far?
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, Julia, she will go all out to get.
Yeah, she'll go to hell and back for that D.
Yeah, but it's just, I just, besides 3 and 4 are okay, and then 5 really goes downhill, and then after that, I wasn't even a huge fan of the remake. I think it had some original ideas, which I love. I just didn't think it was as sexy as I wanted it to be.
Yeah,
and I don't mean that in like a pervy way.
You totally do. You want that bondage.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's what the movies were built on. But
let's boobies.
that lament configuration was just so. As a kid, I couldn't order stuff online, you know, and I wanted that lament configuration so
Good thing
bad.
You couldn't have.
I know. I'd have had so many fucked up things at such a young age. But that's demons to some, angels to others. I love that shit. So for me, the lament configuration is number 3. What about you, my love?
Speaking of bondage, I have to go with Daddy from People Under the Stairs. His bondage suit. Okay, so I felt like Daddy and Mommy are terrifying. Okay.
Yeah.
But when he puts that suit on, he is so scary. Like, he's a big guy anyways, and just like his demeanor, it terrified me as a kid. So
he's the perfect villain.
He is. He's so good, and he's so creepy, and like I don't know, he's just a great villain, like you said. Like he is. Yeah.
He's 100%. A great villain, and not just in People Under the Stairs, but even like Silver Bullet.
Yeah.
You know, like you see him, he's just this big,
he just has that
intimidating
face, and it's like, I'm gonna fuck you up face.
Which is funny because, our good friends, Nightmare Junkhead, had him out at there. They have a local movie theater where they host stuff out in Kansas
probably
City.
Like the nicest guy
the
ever.
Sweetest guy.
Yeah.
They're like, he is. He
always the most terrifying people.
Yeah.
Yes. They're like, he was just the kindest, sweetest dude. And I was like, that is insane.
I would love to meet him.
Oh, yeah. He just seems like the scariest guy in the world, which would make him that much cooler.
Right.
So, all right. Before we get to our number 2, we'll catch up on the chat real quick. Yes, we did do a watch party last year for Trick or Treat. And next Thursday, we'll be doing our second ever Sledgehammer watch party, which was voted on by you guys. So next Thursday at 8 p.m., grab your copy of Child's Play 3 and come and join us. We will watch. It is streaming on Peacock, so if you don't have a physical copy, we'll be streaming it on Peacock to make it a little easier on everybody.
Might wear my overalls.
I might.
Yeah, put in all pockets.
Right. So yeah, you guys voted on it. So next Thursday we will be doing a watch along for Child's Play 3. We hope you guys can join us. It'll be an amazing time. We got some amazing commentary that Ashley's been writing for it. So we're very excited to do that with you guys. Huge fan of 74. 06 is 19.
06 is odd.
Yeah, it's when you get my big
whole,
trigger.
Yeah, the mommy.
Yeah, my some people's trigger is animal murder. Some people's big trigger is child abuse. Which is fine. I mean, not fine. That sucks. But my big trigger is anything sexual assault.
Yeah,
and when I have to see a mother raping her son,
it just
that's just to me.
It grosses me out.
I can't. I get taken out of a film.
Yeah,
and I've said this before. If you can watch that type of stuff and you get an enjoyment out of it, that's cool. I respect it. I know some people have gone through those situations and that's how they cope with it, by seeing the revenge part of those stories. I can't do it. It makes me sick. It makes my skin feel hot. I feel like I'm just physically angry after watching scenes like that. So,
and the skin cookies and a lot of eyeball eating. Yeah.
But I will say, 1974 has the best final girl of all time. Just gonna throw that out there.
She's pretty good.
John Saxon as a cop. That's all I can say. The two movies that have John Saxon as a cop. Well, then there's Night
Glacio.
Yeah.
Hellraiser. Yeah, easily my favorite. Easily my favorite in that franchise. I thought the Lamech configuration was just one option to configure. Oh my gosh. Are you talking about Saxon in the Dream Warriors?
Oh, I was Nightmare or Halloween. Jeez, Hellraiser 2 reminds me of Dream Warriors a lot.
Oh, I can see that.
The relationship between Nancy and Kristen, and then Kirsty and T.
I can't think of her name.
Tiffany.
Cute girl. Tiffany.
Yeah, Tiffany.
With someone different. Yeah, see that, and I love how you get the different Lamech configuration in part 2.
Yeah,
like how it expands itself. I thought that was great. The Burning 1981. Hey, what's up, man?
Hello.
Nice to see you. It rubs the lotion on the skin. The lotion from Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, nice.
Great
Good choice.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the second Silence of the Lambs thing we've gotten. That's awesome.
That's
I love
easily in my
seeing what
top
people
10 of
come up
horror,
with.
so I don't know why I didn't put it.
Yeah, what's
put
wrong
anything
with
there.
you?
I don't know.
Put that Jurassic Park claw in there.
It's allowed.
I can run with that. I was just talking, Michael, earlier about how the new video that they released today totally made me cry. Like, I was like, God, this is such a nostalgic video. I cried like a baby watching that video, man. Good call, though. Great.
Did you watch it yet?
I love the two new songs. The two new songs they released today, I think they're both dope. And I didn't like Edging. So I loved the two they released today. So I watch the video. It'll really take you back a lot of, like I said, they've got clips from like the What's My Age Again video, the Stay Together for the Kids video, all the Urethra Chronicle stuff. Like, and with that song,
That's a deep cut knowing about that DVD. I love that.
Oh my God.
Urethra
I still have it. I have Urethra Chronicles 1 and 2 at the house. I have the Urethra Chronicles 1, the VHS, at my house still to this day.
That should be displayed. That is so cool. Oh man,
dude, I'm telling you,
Mark, Tom, and Travis show is still my favorite live album, and it might be my favorite album of theirs in general.
Man Overboard is the most underrated Blink song of all time.
Oh my God. Dude. Why that wasn't a hit? It only because it was on that album.
Did you hear?
We're talking about Blink 182.
I know.
Woman, did you ever hear the Enema demo of that? Because that was a demo for Enema of the State.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how did the fuck did this not make this record?
Well, it could have made any of the like it could have made Enema, could have made Take Off Your Pants. Like it would have been fine on either of them.
Top 10 Blink.
I love the girls.
We'll do that one next.
Guys.
So anyway,
I agree with you, Michael.
They like Boxcar Racer. Don't worry about them.
I cried watching that video.
One
I'm
time
glad you
he was
did
having a bad day at work, and I got him roses, and I put them on the stairs.
I didn't get it. I literally didn't get it.
It's those.
You're like, why is there roses on the stairs?
It is those surprises to let you know she cares, man.
Exactly. That's
I
what
knew
I put
she
in the
cared.
note.
I just didn't connect it.
So they did release 2 today, Justin. I don't know if you know that or not. They did release One More Time, which is the ballady one, and then More Than You Know, which is more of like the punkish Blink. And it was, it's like Edging if Edging was good.
Ken's pulling out his dicky pants and
I got my
his
dicky
long
shorts.
socks. Like he's getting his outfit.
Just
ready.
wait for the dick jokes. They're coming.
Hey, the first time you met me,
oh yeah.
I got naked.
He did.
Started running around the house naked.
You got naked a lot.
I
Yeah.
was always naked.
I know,
always.
but
Good
I
for
didn't
you,
know.
dude.
I didn't
How
necessarily
freeing.
know you were naked because I wasn't like looking. And then he was like, "If I was a clock,"
I was like, if I was a
because
clock,
I wasn't just like gonna look at your package.
I was like, where would 6
like,
o'clock be? And she was like, what? I was like, I'm a clock. Where's 6 o'clock? She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, noon, 1, 2. And she looked down and I was like, that's my dick.
And then and then
Have you
I
have you
married
ever
that.
seen a winky copter? Woo, 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 woo. Looked more like a light switch turned on and off.
We did. We made it a blink.
You did. Dude, let's do it. Please, let's set this up. Please call me, text me tonight. Let's set this up.
That would be so cool.
Oh my gosh, I'm so in. I am so in to do this. Like, I'm so in, I'm almost out. That's how in I am on doing this.
Wow.
So
He's coming out the
Crazy.
other side.
Yep.
yes.
Right
Yes,
out the
I'm going
beehole.
all the way
Beehole.
all the way in and right out the beehole.
We
hook.
can't let the beehole go. It's just
No.
it's not gonna die.
Wait, we can't let the beehole. I'm telling you, Jason, if you want to
Put that
join us
on
for
a-
this,
on a
we'll make it
sticker.
happen.
That
We'll
would
just
be
be
an
the
honor.
guy.
Listen,
Oh man.
I'm listening.
what we're gonna do in honor of the new Blink record coming out, because I'm gonna hit you up too tonight, Michael.
I'm gonna be out of town.
Us three, me,
I
Jason,
got stuff going on that night. I know you wanted me to be a part of it, but
me, Jason, and Michael will rank our Blink 182 albums
Perfect.
from least favorite to favorite in honor of the new Blink
Now-
record coming out.
I feel like if there's going to be 3 of us, we have to dress as the 3 main members of Blink 182.
I
No
call Tom.
Skiba, no Scott. Okay, then
I call
I
Tom.
already got some Mark type hair. So sorry, you're
I'll wear
trying
my
to.
sideways hat. I'll pierce
Oh,
my
man.
lip and just
he-
everything.
I literally just bought him some dickies, so he's got that
Right.
going on for
And then
him.
everything we do, I'll end it with a
If you're Tom, though, you've got to leave. You've got to leave the
Halfway
stream
through.
for like an hour and then come back later at the end.
I heard you got in a plane crash. I came back. So,
I told you about the aliens. I told
yeah,
you.
I told you they existed. Yes,
Really
please, we'll
good
do this.
job.
We'll rank our Blink albums from least favorite to favorite. I'm in.
I'm down.
This is going to happen. 100%. Please, we got to
Oh,
do
man.
this. All right, let's get back to some horror movies now.
Yeah.
I forgot why we were here.
We're here for Blink, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's why we're-
it is Blink
Sorry.
Day. So, all right,
Okay.
guys. Sorry, yeah, I'm sorry we hijacked that a little bit. So, all right, we are up now to our number 2, and that is me starting us off. And my silver medal is something I waited for 7 fucking movies to see happen. I saw it in the first movie. We never got the full payoff of it until the 7th film in the franchise, and that is the reverse bear trap from Saw. We see it in the first one, but we never see it actually do anything until Jill Tuck in Saw 7. So, always wondering, like, what would that actually look
Yeah.
like to see her get her, face ripped apart by this
Yeah.
reverse bear trap. And
Yeah.
I can't think of a scarier situation to be in than having that fucking thing on your head.
That would suck.
So,
Yeah, that would
in
suck
honor of
a
Saw
lot.
X coming out, I'm going with the
Socks.
reverse bear trap from Saw.
All right.
Socks.
I like it.
Well, hopefully it doesn't.
Just wait until the sequel, Tube Socks. That's gonna be a really good one.
Oh
Back to Blake.
man. Yep, there it went.
Dude,
Full
stop.
circle.
Full circle. All right, you want to give your number 2, my love?
My number 2 is Tiffany Valentine's black lipstick because I
Oh,
just love when she
queen.
becomes the doll and she's like doing the makeover and making it herself and she puts her black lipstick on. She's painting her nails. Like she's just a baddie. Like she is a
Iconic,
badass.
yes.
Like
I
love
love
her.
So much.
Yes.
I want that NECA Tiffany so bad because every other Tiffany is not good enough. In my
It's so
opinion.
expensive.
It's so
It
expensive.
is.
I want it so hard.
I know.
Yeah, black
it's
lipstick.
amazing. Yes.
We looked it up on eBay the other day, and they're going for a minimum of like $800.
That's
For that-
crazy.
That's
Yeah, it's all-
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they Spirit Halloween has the
Glenda.
Glenda. Yeah.
Oh.
He doesn't look horrible.
You know
Yeah,
what?
they.
I'm pretty
They.
impressed with that then. I have not seen it in person yet. I saw
Yeah,
the
it-
Chucky. And he
The-
had
the
his
Glen
hair,
Glenda-
every single one of them had their hair like this. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's
It was emo Chucky.
You should see
Yeah.
ours.
Back to Blink.
Miss you. Miss
It was very
you,
self-titled, Chucky.
Looking at the
That's what
doll
the
just got me
series
so
is.
down. So whoa, what was that? That thing almost got me. All right, so we are up to you guys on your number 2 now.
All right, my number 2 is
Number 2.
I had contemplated putting this on because I could have done something like Rex from Wes Craven's New Nightmare, which is obviously really important to Dylan, but I decided to go with the glove because I love the glove. I have the glove. I have glove earrings. I have a glove ring. Like I absolutely love it. I think it's my kink a little bit. I love it's what girl doesn't love a good manicure? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So just the idea that he created this weapon that's not like anything else. Everybody's got their one single blade, but he's got everything on his fingers. It's an extension of Freddy himself. The thought that Wes put into it to think, okay, what else can I do? And he brings it all the way back to animals, which
Primal.
are the first, primal. That's what Wes calls it.
Oh.
Primal fear of humans is the idea of a claw. And I just think it's a fabulous, beautiful, terrifying, unique weapon. And so I had to absolutely put it on there, even though I was like, I mean, the killer weapons, everybody can think of that. But to me, that's such an important thing. I always love the glove more than like anything
It's like an
else.
extension
from
of
Freddy.
him.
Yeah.
Rather than a weapon.
Yeah, for sure.
It really
Yeah.
is.
Like that's what makes him him.
It is.
Yeah.
You know, you got the sweater, you got
The
the hat,
sweater
and you
and-
got
yeah.
the glove. You know, and like
Yeah.
you said, I've always even thought of the glove as an extension of Fred Krueger himself. So
Well, I mean, he made it himself
Yeah.
in that dungeon.
in the dungeon.
Twisted.
All right, so before we give our number ones, real quick, we'll catch up on the chat. I remember going to the Blink $1 tour and their first reunion tour. The first time I saw Blink, I'm not going to hijack it again. It was it was Saves the Day, Newfound Glory, and Blink 182.
That is I remember that
it
tour.
was the dopest. My mom took me to it, and like it was just the coolest shit, man. Like we'll talk more about that when we get to the stream. By the way, I just texted you my phone number, Jason. That way we could actually set this Blink stream up because we got to get this going, man. Like I got to do this now.
I'm so excited.
Me too.
You guys are.
This movie is so good.
You're very excited.
Yeah, just a little bit. I'm gonna be sitting in bed tonight, like.
Don't wake me up with this.
Yeah.
All the good ideas.
I don't want to talk about that.
Great tour.
Ryan, that was a good tour.
Yes.
I
What
heard really good things
what
about
tour
that
did
one.
me, you, and Adam go to?
We went.
Kenny was a baby.
Yeah, we went when they were
so this
with,
was like 15 years ago.
Yeah, they were Fallout Boy. It was on their reunion tour with when Fallout Boy opened for them.
It was a lot of fun.
It was Panic at the Disco, Fallout Boy, and Blink.
That was the other one. That other
Yeah.
like just classic one. That one would have been incredible.
Yeah.
And then
All
we took our
prime.
son when he was a baby. He was what?
No,
six?
he was 8 because we dyed his hair blue.
We
and
dyed his hair
spiked
blue.
It, and he thought he
Yeah.
was the coolest freaking thing
It was
ever.
when California came out. And I got to tell
was.
this story real quick before we get to our number ones because it was so funny. My son was a huge fan of the California record, which I dug it too, you know, because I've always been a big Skiba fan because I love Alkaline. But we go to the show and we dyed his hair blue and we're walking around. He's got spiky blue hair. And this girl with like this like cut shirt, like her boobs are almost hanging out and it's up to the top of her belly. She's looking at my son and she's like, "Hey buddy, I like your hair." He was like, "I like your shirt." I was like, "Get over here, knock it off."
Close your eyes, young man.
Here we go. And A Day to Remember opened, and A Day to Remember was so
Yeah.
good. Like they crushed it.
I love them.
And Blink came on, and they still had the fuck fire sign. And my son's eyes lit up. He was like, "Dad, do you see what that says?" I was like, "I sure do." Parenting at its finest,
we
son.
are parents of the year.
What
Oh
a
my
day
God.
for your son.
Yeah, that was cool. Because we took him to see them, and then we took him to see Coheed.
Yeah.
And it
Man.
was a lot of fun going to see both. We had a lot of fun with those.
Nice.
All right, guys. So we are now up to our number one. Now, as we always
Right,
say,
who's
it's not
going
about
first?
the journey, it's about the destination. And we are at the destination. And so far, Nobody has said my number one, even in the chat. So I'm very excited to see where we go with this one.
Nobody
So
said my number one either.
I'm excited. Oh my God. If we have the same number one, I'm going to cry.
That would be fun.
My love, you want to give your number one?
Yeah, you probably already know what it is, and that's okay. And you know what? You can make fun of me all you want, but it's Michael's mask, darn it, because I freaking love Michael. Okay. Like it's nostalgic for me, and it reminds me of my dad because he used to. I've said this a million times, but when he was alive, like he dressed up as Michael Myers every year, and he would go around and he would scare people in our town, all in good fun.
Yeah.
But like they would laugh, but he was literally like it took him over. Like he was the guy, if you've ever seen like the reels of the guy that dresses like Michael Myers and like rides the bike. Like that was my dad.
It was.
And
That's
so
cute.
I think that's why it's so important to me, you know.
And I think that's why I got to have fun with it, because Randy would have fun with it.
Yeah.
You know. But he was the class clown, man. Like your dad was so funny. And
and every Halloween he dressed up like Michael. So so it's more than just the mask. It's memories.
Great memory.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
I love that.
Well, and your guys' number one.
My number one is Nancy Thompson's Sledgehammer, which she doesn't really use that much other than coming down on Freddy. But over the years, it has become synonymous with her as her own weapon. So like I have a couple of art pieces here that have Nancy holding the sledgehammer, and I would have loved to have seen her use it more. But to me, like the sledgehammer has become her weapon. And that's the reason why I chose Sassy Sledgehammer, is because of her sledgehammer. So I've always loved that little red iconic sledgehammer, and it is right there. There's the one that I customized. So awesome. That's my number one. I remember Wes posting a picture. I don't know if it was the year before he passed or the year of his passing, of him holding the original sledgehammer. And that was just such a huge moment for me. So I love Nancy's sledgehammer. That's my number one.
Nice.
The sledgehammer is huge, because even in our versus episode of the original versus the remake, when she's setting up the sledgehammer, we put the sledgehammer logo, the sledgehammer horror logo on the top of the sledgehammer. And we were like, look,
she's booby trapping, like Home Alone.
I will say, in our Nightmare on Elm Street versus episode, Ashley writes all the episodes, and she wrote a joke in the Nightmare on Elm Street versus episode, and I thought it was the funniest joke, because she was like, I don't know if we should do this joke, and I was like, no, bullshit, we're doing the joke. And it was when we were talking about the deaths from the different films, when Johnny Depp gets sucked down into the waterbed. And it was like, look at this, guys. This is the second worst thing to ever happen to Johnny Depp in a bed. And I was just like, that's the best. Joke. I was like, there's no way I'm not using that joke. Like, I was reading it and I was just laughed. And I was like, that's perfect. We got to use that.
Great joke.
I will say, my number one
is still safe.
Has
no one used it.
Not been used in the chat, on the panel. And this is the scariest accessory for me growing up. You know, I think you know what my number one is.
I don't.
Oh, yes, from Phantasm. I love it. Yeah.
The tall man sphere. Like that thing to me as a kid was the scariest. And my grandma knew how much I loved it. So she talked my grandpa into making me a little ghetto version of it. And I took that thing with me everywhere.
Was that like
your
WWF?
It was like my WWF wrestling belts.
Yeah.
Yes. Like I said, back in the day, I couldn't just go to Toys R Us and be like, I want a tall man sphere. What?
You didn't have Amazon.
I didn't even call it that. I want the ball that chases you with spikes. Ah! You know, like I thought that was so incredible. And the tall man himself was just super scary. Like he was just an intimidating, and such an underrated franchise. Like those,
it is.
Yeah, boy. Like,
but I love the theme. The theme is one of my favorites. Oh, it's so good. Dance with the Dead did a really great remix of the Phantasm theme, and I love listening to it. So good.
So good. Yeah,
I love
boy.
that.
Whenever he says boy, it just, oh my gosh, it rocks me. But it's another one that all 5 movies are dynamite.
Yeah.
All 5 movies in that franchise are very, very good. And there was something about that sphere, like in the first one when he dives down and it gets the guy and it starts pulling out the blood and then he's pissing himself. Like, oh, that scared me so bad.
Gnarly.
So, before we let everybody go, we do want to catch up on the chat real quick. Final Destination.
I love Final Destination.
Love the franchise. Actually, the latest one, the 5th one, was my favorite in the franchise. Actually,
that twisty twist.
Love the 3.
that twist was amazing. The only one I didn't like was 4.
Yeah,
the one with the race car thing at the beginning.
Yeah.
The only good thing about that movie was Justin.
There
Seeing Justin Welborn in it.
Yeah, there was a lot of bad CGI in that one.
Well, Tony Todd just said he's coming back for the new one.
Yeah.
Tony Todd announced it himself. He will be
Good.
a Bloodsworth again.
He should
So,
be
excited.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm assuming Charles knew your Michael mask.
probably. Yeah.
I have not seen Terror Train 2022. I
haven't seen 2022 either.
I've heard good and bad things, so we do got to check it out. We just haven't seen it yet. Tatum says hers is the Ghostface mask.
Nice.
The Jin's gemstone.
Yes. Yes.
And again, Shine, thank you for this idea. We loved it. This was a great list to come up with.
Awesome.
Michael's mask is iconic, just like Freddy. And yeah, they're on my Mount Rushmore for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Troy, you're on it. We're aligned on so many of those.
So many people in high school. Yeah, in high school all the time. Because my last name is Sledge. Like, that is my last name. And so everywhere, Sledgehammer. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Peter Gabriel wrote a song. Says my name. I get it.
Well, it's just funny, like when like our son's wrestling or stuff, like they call him
Sledgehammer
too.
Yeah, when he's wrestling in football, it's Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
That's such a cool nickname, you know?
Oh, it is. It is. Art the Clown uses previous victim hair as a cat of 9 tails, braiding their jewelry and knives into it. All Hallows Eve, the prequel to Terrifier.
Terrifier, yeah.
Oh man, I love this. The 55 Chevy 150 from Sometimes They Come Back. Oh, my favorite Stephen King adaptation right there. Sometimes They Come Back.
That's a good movie.
I think we all would like to have the invisibility cloak.
Heck yeah.
Tales from the Hood 1995 is one of my favorite movies of all time. Tales from the Hood 1995 has the scariest moment of any horror movie, in my opinion, with the ending. I think the ending is the part of any horror movie that scared me the most. I put the Sentinel Sphere in the edit I made. Pennywise Balloon too. Those are 2 right there.
Heck yeah.
Please smash the thumbs up and leave a comment after the stream. It really helps, guys. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, it helps the channel more than you know. Make sure you're following Diandra and Jason on social media and subscribing to their YouTube channel. Those links are in the description. Tatum has also been putting them in the chat all night because she does the Lord's work. Yes. She's amazing.
Thank you, Tatum.
Tatum. You do.
Yeah.
Ken at Toys R Us. Can you show me how to find the tall man's balls? Rick, there's some guy here to see you. Don't forget that the next stream will be on next Thursday, the 28th.
Yeah.
Child's Play 3 watch party. So if you don't have a physical copy, it is streaming on Peacock. Ash and I will be streaming it on Peacock for the stream just to make time a little bit easier for everybody. So we're running on the same type of timestamp. But as always, as we're going, every couple of minutes, we will give you a timestamp update if you're coming in late. We'd love to have you guys be a part of it. We love doing the watch alongs with you guys. Think about unique choices for this, both the panel and the chat. I loved my unique list as well.
Yeah, everybody's list was awesome. There's so many really iconic accessories. It's amazing.
Yes. No, we're glad that we could help out in any way. Thank you for being a part of this. Panel, please don't go anywhere. We got a couple more questions for you. Everybody else, thank you so much for being a part of this. If you haven't already, like we said, please like and subscribe. Follow us on social media. Please follow them on social media. I promise you they make amazing content. We wouldn't bring them on here if they didn't. They're my first horror movie is coming out soon, and we had such an amazing time with them. Yes. So until next time, guys, keep talking horror.
Stay who you are.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys. Bye.